John Beltran, Dave Urick back from Tiger Field in Sterling. The Peacemakers are coached by Randy Dreitz in his 13th year. The assistants Ron Albo, Lance Schwentz, Dick Creighton, Matt Menier, and David Cummings. Peacemakers are 3-2 in Patriot League play, 5-2 overall. As for the hometown Sterling Tigers, coached by Mark Bowder, the assistants Rob Busmente, Todd Punch, Paul Garcia, Aaron Ettinger, and Bo Beardsley. They're 2-3 in league play, 3-4 overall. Dave, I think they surprised many when they lost to Fort Lupton last week here, 34-18, and from what they told us on Fresh Road, it actually should have been worse. So Sterling coming off maybe their worst performance of the year. So they're looking to rebound tonight. So quite frankly, Dave, Sterling really has nothing to lose. I don't know if you call it pressure, but the Beat Diggers certainly, have the better resume going into this game.
Oh, absolutely. The Diggers, and they have everything to lose. And take a look at Sterling's roster. They got 43 guys on there, and I bet you half of them look like they're freshmen or are really, really close to that. So you have a very young team and not a lot of guys out.
Having said that, the Beat Diggers have a fairly young team this year, and they're still getting it done. I mean, they do have experience, obviously, at the quarterback position in Mitch Tormolen. But when you look at all those touchdowns being scored by a sophomore in Kyle Rosenbrock, Dave, he's been on fire. 4 touchdowns in the first half, each of the last 2 weeks, which tells you how special he's been this season. The Beat Diggers are dressed in their road whites with the maroon numerals and maroon pants, and Sterling dressed in their black uniforms with the white numerals. What's surprising to me, Dave, is that it's 3 minutes before game time. They're still running plays out there for Sterling. That you rarely see that at any level.
And getting all the practice they can get, I guess. It's going to be cool for Rosenbrock gets to play in front of a lot of his family. His mom, Audrey, is from Pete's up here, and then his aunt and uncle work for the Sterling School District. His uncle's actually one of the administrators here.
All right, the opening kickoff coming up momentarily from Tiger Field with the Beat Diggers looking for their 4th consecutive win. It's a pretty nice crowd across the way as well. This is a big, big stadium on the home side, Dave.
Yeah, it sure is. Metal bleachers, about 2 rows. There's a gate, or like a fence that goes down the middle and separates the bottom row or the bottom section from the top. But I think we have more fans on the brush side than they have over here.
Well, I mean, it's obviously a huge stadium, as I mentioned, so it's going to make the crowd over here look smaller. But considering that this is a road game for Brush, they have an excellent turnout over there. It looks like the bleachers across the way are pretty much filled to capacity. And, I just wonder when Sterling's going to take to the sidelines. This is very, very unusual. It is 2 minutes before game time. The Beat Diggers are ready to take the field. The coin toss has taken place already, and Sterling is still running practice plays like it's 20 to 25 minutes before the game, Dave. I've never seen anything like this. Very, very odd.
It is, and they're not. I thought they'd bring them over to the sideline right now, but it seems like the kids are getting ready to huddle up right out there in the middle of the field. Now we're down to 1 minute and 5 seconds before game time, and like you said, the Diggers are all over there huddled up. They got their special teams out there all ready to be organized and see.
Well, keep in mind that we upload all the audio to these games to our KSIR B106 channel on YouTube. You can also check us out on YouTube as well for the video of all the games taking place this season. We'll be uploading plenty of video even from last week's game against the Valley Vikings, a 56-27 victory. Not only from 2012, go back to 2011, 2010, 2009, tons and tons of videos of Brush Beat Digger football. All right, the Beat Diggers with a victory tonight could pretty much cement themselves in that third place positioning because 3 teams out of 8 in the Patriot League qualify for the 2A playoffs. And we know that Eaton is sitting at number 1, Flat Valley is 2, and the Beat Diggers are 3. Eaton undefeated in league play. Flat Valley with that 1 loss to Eaton last Friday night on the road, 49-30. And then the Beat Diggers obviously lost to both of those schools. Dave, I don't know if it's me or is the lighting very dim out there?
Yeah, it's they have their kind of a little bit older lights. Brush, we have the four posts out there. This one's got 3 on each side, but it's a little bit of a dark field. But this is a fun place to play. I'm looking over here off to the west, and I see a billboard over here. I have never noticed that before. But there's a big old advertisement billboard over there that's congratulating one of the Sterling High School kids and telling everybody what the temperature is and all that. So it's kind of neat. It's a neat place to play.
Opening kickoff brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Jesus guiding us to kick it off. Looks like their big guy, Cody Leachman, one of 2 Tigers, back inside the 5-yard line. That's the man to watch, their leading ball carrier, who's a senior at 6'1", 195. And right now he's flanked over there at the 3-yard line. And that's either DJ Graves or James Skarjanik. Both underclassmen at the 3. It looks like one of those 2. And the 8th game of the 2012 football season is underway. This one is high and pretty deep. And Leachman has it at the 5, running straight to the 10, jitterbugs to the 15, finds a seam to the 20, across the 30-yard line with Jesus to beat at the 40, up the middle to the 50. It looks like Leachman goes all the way down to the 15, to 10, 5, touchdown. 95 yards unofficially for Cody Leachman on the opening kickoff. The Beatniks continue to struggle mightily on special teams, and Sterling leads 6-0.
Yeah, our left side just left some seams throughout the year. Teams have ran really well that direction on us. Leachman caught the ball over here on his left side. He ran to his right, which is our left side on our kickoff team. And once he got over there, there was some good blocking there. But once he got the seams, it was just an easy run down the field. He showed some speed getting there.
All right, let's see who the kicker is. I don't have that kicker on this roster for Sterling. Wearing the number 9, the snap is good. The kick is blocked right in the middle. It was stuffed. So we have played 14 seconds. We'll just keep it right here. Sterling with a 6-0 lead. And, Dave, I don't know how the Beatniks improve upon special teams. They have been, for the most part this year, pretty awful.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe they got to do a little shaking up over there. Maybe just not kicking it to their number 1 guy. I don't know. But they really have struggled throughout the year. That was Oscar Soto, by the way, that blocked that kick.
Well, there was a point, I know there's a game or 2 this year when Coach Dwight said, hey, Jesus, just kick off short. Don't kick it to the deep man. That's going to have to be the strategy, I think, the rest of the season, sacrifice field position, because clearly the Beatniks, in order of effectiveness, offense, defense, and special teams, in terms of kickoff coverage, is a distant third.
It is. But, you know, you have to keep in mind, you know, we have some younger players on those teams, and an effort to give some of our, you know, our guys that are out there on the field on offense and defense a break. And so when we get to that point, maybe there's a point in the playoffs where you have to, you know, put some of your older players back in the game. But at this point in the season, you know, it's still good to get those guys on the field and get them as much playing time as you can.
All right, we'll see. We get the name of the Sterling kicker momentarily, since that number 9 is not on our roster. And this one is booted extremely short. That ball is loose, and Sterling's going to land on it at the 35-yard line. It was never touched by a Beatniks, and the Tigers have recovered the loose ball. That might have been a freshman, and Joey Shortino, and Sterling has the football 1st and 10 at the Beatniks 35 after that short kick.
Yeah, he just kicked it about 15 yards in the air, landed on about the 38-yard line, and it just bounced straight up in the air. And our player over there didn't make a play for the ball. He kind of stood there like he forgot that if Sterling got there first, it was going to be theirs. And, boy, they just made a good play.
Leachman is the lone setback. Brendan Diaz is the quarterback. 1st and 10 for the Beatniks 35. A disastrous start for Brush. And there's the keeper by Diaz right up the middle. Tries to break the tackle. He's down at about the 32-yard line. Oscar Soto did make the hit, a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 to go for Sterling, which leads 6-0. And they took that 6-0 lead only 14 seconds into the game.
Yeah, so they lined up with twins on the left, and they were spread out on the right, and then they had the back standing back next to their quarterback that was in the shotgun, and they did that little fake and just ran that quarterback draw up the middle. Brush did a good job of stopping it, because that's been a play we've struggled with over the years.
Now Skarjanik is the quarterback out of a shotgun. The handoff to Leach, right up the gut, breaks the tackle to 30, and he bulls his way to the 28, a gain of 4. Randy Baker and Jake Morrow made the tackle. It is 3rd down and 3 to go. The Beatniks had a sluggish start last week, another sluggish start tonight as Soto is out of the game, and checking into the game for the Beatniks is Joe Carwin.
Brush is back in their 4-3 defense, 4 guys up front with one of their defensive ends standing up. The defensive end standing up is Chase Klein.
3rd down and 3 for Sterling at the Brush 28-yard line out of his shotgun. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, man in motion, a keeper, a first down for Skurjanek inside the 25. He dives to about the 23. And let's see if they give him additional yardage after that. Oh, in fact, they gave him, close to the 21. The gain of 7. And that's a first down after that carry by the quarterback, Skurjanek, who took over for Diaz there.
I guess Diaz was a little bit hurt. Skurjanek took over already, and boy, he showed some hustle there.
1st and 10. And there's the run wide to the right, and Oscar Soto has got the ball carrier. There is a fumble. Maybe the Beat Diggers have recovered that ball. I think Ethan Rose was the ball carrier, and he was stripped at the 20-yard line off that quick snap, and the Beat Diggers have the football.
Ethan's a 6'1" sophomore, 160 pounds, and he was standing in the backfield like a running back. In that shotgun formation, they just handed the ball off to him. He ran off to the right. It was going to be a sweep to the right, but the Diggers did a good job at hitting him hard and then stripping the ball out of there.
Yeah, Soto was the second man to hit the ball carrier, Rose. And the fumble, obviously, was recovered by the Beat Diggers, but they dislodged the football so fast. Hard to see. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the 20-yard line. The quarterback is Mitch Tormolen. The backs are split. And on first down, there's the give off the left side. That's not Rosenbrock. That's the other back for the Beat Diggers. And a short gain of about 2. That was Mikey Gutierrez. To about the 23-yard line. We'll give him 3 yards. Close to 3 for Gutierrez. 2nd down and 7 to go as the Beat Diggers are starting Gutierrez in place of the injured Eddie Arribas.
Boy, Mikey had a nice run. Just a quick hitter, that dive that we're so good at.
2nd down and 7 for the 23. Tormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock running right, and he's in at the line of scrimmage trying to bull his way for a yard. And that's it to the 24-yard line. However, looks like a flag is down. Brendan Diaz was in on the play. Let's see what the flag is all about. With Sterling holding a 6-0 lead. Holding against Brush in a 1-yard gain. What does that tell you, Dave?
Not good. Brush trying to run that 20 series, so they ran that 25 on the left side. The fullback crosses behind them, and then this time they faked the 24 on the right side, handed off to Rosenbrock, the fullback over here, where he crosses behind him and runs it off tackle. But that's a cross play. It had to have been our tackler or our tight end getting their arms outside the box.
You know, the Beat Diggers in the first several minutes of certain games is equivalent to the Broncos' first half. And then Brush gets a heck of a lot better. 2nd down and 17 to go for Brush at their own 13-yard line. Let's see if this is a passing situation. Tormolen will pitch it left. There's a seam for Gutierrez to the outside across the 20. Still on his feet, he cuts it back inside and is tripped up. He got a lot of that yardage back as he went across the 25, actually, towards the 26. Let's see how many yards they give him as they go to the 26, a gain of 13, and all of a sudden it goes from a 2nd and 17 to a 3rd and 4.
Boy, he showed some speed out there, too, didn't he? The ball was placed on the hash mark, so he ran that sweep to the short side of the field, but he just turned the corner so fast, Sterling was catching him from behind. They didn't have the good angles.
Alec Peterson is the receiver to the right on 3rd and 4 from the 26. And we've got a timeout called by the Beat Diggers. And that timeout is called once again by the Beat Diggers. Let the State Farm Insurance Office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, as that timeout is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call at 842-4555. That's a rare early timeout for the Beat Diggers. Maybe they saw something on Sterling's defensive side that the Beat Diggers might want to expose and perhaps change the play.
Absolutely. And that coupled with the fact it's 3rd and almost 5. You know, this is a big place, and Sterling's had the momentum early on in the game. Sterling's in a 5-3 defense. That's a defense that, you know, we've typically had some pretty good luck running our wing T against. So I'm sure Coach Dreitz has probably seen something out there that he knows he can start dealing with. But I haven't seen the Sterling linebackers blitzing that much yet. Now it's a 5-2.
Two receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 3rd and 4. The Beat Diggers at their own 26. Rosenbrock is the lone setback. Tormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock, running right up the middle, and he breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's into the clear at the 40-yard line, across the 45, towards the 48-yard line. That looked like it was going to be nothing. Cole Leachman made the tackle. Instead, a gain of 22 for the sophomore Kyle Rosenbrock, and a Beetdinger first down.
You bet. And as soon as I said they weren't blitzing much, because we had 2 receivers to the right and 2 receivers to the left, that means they had to take one of their linebackers and send him out there to have some coverage in the flat, which left him in a 5-2. Sterling called the blitz. They didn't call it off after we spread them out. They called that blitz, and they didn't have any linebackers left to make the tackle.
Baker and Brown are out to the right. 1st and 10 for the Beetdiggers at their own 48-yard line. They give to Rosenbrock running off left tackle across the 50. He dives inside the 50 towards the 48, a gain of 4. For the right side of that defensive line, made the play for Sterling. And leading the charge was Colson Bacon, a 6', 245-pound sophomore. 2nd down and 6 to go for Brush.
The other Diggers just working on him off tackle and having a lot of luck. That offensive line is really firing off, making some blocks.
In Sterling territory for the first time, 2nd and 6 for the 48. There's to get the Rosenbrock hit in the backfield, breaks out of a tackle along the left sideline of the 40, stays on his feet, cuts it back to the 30, up the middle to the 20-yard line, breaking tackles down to the 16. Rosenbrock did it again. Looked like he was going to be held for nothing. Instead, he picks up 32.
Again, there's a lot of hard effort there by Kyle. He lowers his shoulder. Guys come in there trying to make the tackle, and he delivers a blow. But then there at the end, right there, the kid goes in to make a tackle, hits him low, and Kyle was still keeping his feet, driving off that inside leg and trying to break that tackle one more time.
Kyle Weingart, the 5'10", 140-pound corner, made the tackle after the gain of 32. 1st and 10 for the Beetdiggers at the Sterling 16-yard line. Tormolen on the bootleg left, looking for the block, gets it from Stratman to the 15-yard line, along the sideline to the 10, inside the 5, and he backs his way towards the end zone, but I think he's down at the 1. A big run there for Mitch Tormolen. That should be a gain of 15, 1st and goal for Brush.
All our Beetdigger fans that were on the track, did you see them as they were running down the field with him, holding their hands up like it was a touchdown, but they didn't get what they wanted. The official ran out there and put his foot on the 1-yard line.
Dave, we know it's the first quarter. We know who's going to score here. It's been a regular rendition of Beetdigger football lately. 1st and goal from the 1. The handoff to Rosenbrock, running off right tackle. He walks into the end zone, and the Beetdiggers have tied the game at 6 with 7:39 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, just a nice play. Nobody touched him. He's running behind the blocking of Joe Carwin and Victor Lopez and Ben Mickey on that play. The play before that he ran so big on, that 32-yard play, that was behind Maverick Seawald and Tyler Stratman.
The extra point to be attempted by Jesus Cardenas to give the Beetdiggers the lead. Off the hold of Mitch Tormolen. Awaiting the snap. It's a perfect one. That kick is up. It's a line drive, and that one is through just barely over the crossbar as it was nearly blocked. Brush 7, Sterling 6. You're listening to 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 7 plays, 80 yards in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Kyle Rosenbrock scores from a yard out. Rosenbrock had 2 huge runs on that drive of 22 and 32 yards. In fact, on that drive, 3 carries for 55 yards. Extra point was good. Beetdiggers did travel those 80 yards in 2 minutes and 44 seconds and lead by a score of 7-6. Dave, there's no way that this ball is going to be kicked off deep. I'd be shocked at this point.
Well, we'll see what they do. They got the ball set right there in the middle of the field.
It's going to be a squib. I mean, I would be beyond stunned if they kicked it off deep. After the 95-yard kickoff return by Cody Leachman to begin the game. Well, I guess I am stunned, but they're going to kick it to a different man at the 4-yard line, straight ahead to the 10, across the 15, spinning at the 20-yard line and down at the 22, James Skurjanek. So they were not going to kick it to Leachman. That would have really stunned me, but they did kick it deep, a return of 18. The Beetdiggers did a much better job and had 2 or 3. They king tackled there with that particular play, and now Sterling begins for the first time on their own side of the field at the 22-yard line.
It's one of those things that you forget about, all those little coaching things that have to happen. That time Cardenas, alertly kicked it to the other guy, and a lot of times that's all you need.
James Skurjanek missed a few games with a broken collarbone. Looks like Brendan Diaz is back in there out of the shotgun formation. Cody Leachman, the lone setback. 1st and 10 for the 22. There's the option left. Diaz will take it across the 25. He dives to the 27, a gain of 5, as Jake Morrow makes the tackle for Brush.
Yep, running that option over here to the wide side of the field. He wasn't even looking at pitching the ball. He was keeping it the whole time. That time I noticed both of our defensive ends, they're both in a standing up position. A couple weeks ago, one was down, the other one was standing up, but now we just have our two nose guards that are down, and our two defensive ends are up where they can see.
2nd down and 5 for Sterling at their own 27-yard line. Brush leads 7-6 on Kyle Rosenbrock's 1-yard run. Out of a shotgun is Diaz. Man in motion to the right, and there's the give to Leachman running to his right across the 30-yard line, and he's got a 1st down towards the 32.5. There'll be a gain of approximately 5 yards, maybe 6 for Leachman, and 1st down for the Tigers.
Yep, it was a nice run for him, sort of a cross-buck sort of look. It was an inside handoff. The kid came from the left side, ran it over to the right side. I couldn't see if they were pulling a guard over there or not, but there's a little bit of misdirection that goes with that.
1st and 10 for Sterling at their own 33-yard line. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation for Brendan Diaz. He awaits the snap, has the football, will keep it himself, run to his left, and he tries to break out of a tackle and does, but then he's down after a gain of 1 at the 34-yard line. Excellent play by Cameron Alexander, a sophomore defensive back, and it's 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, he flew up there and made a nice tackle that time and sure-handed. Randy Baker was able to slow him down, but it was an arm tackle. He couldn't hold on to him.
2nd down and 9 for the best prices and special offers on top-quality car parts and accessories. Visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Out of a shotgun, once again, is Diaz. Man in motion to the left. Diaz has the football, hands it off to Leachman, running right up the gut. He's got a couple of yards, and then he bulls his way maybe to the 37. Beattickers were right there, led by Alec Peterson and Tyler Stratman. And the ball will be marked at the 37. Gain of 3, 3rd and 6 to go for the Tigers.
As I look down the line of scrimmage, I noticed our defensive line's giving up a little bit of ground. They're letting that offensive line of Sterling get into their bodies a little bit too much. But once they give up that ground, they get rid of the guy, and our linebackers are doing a good job of coming up and filling real quick.
3rd and 6. Sterling has the football at their own 37. 2 receivers to the left and the right. Leachman, the lone setback. Shotgun formation. Diaz, 2-step drop. He's going to take off with a football. Breaks out of a tackle across the 40-yard line, and he's down at the 41, short of a 1st down. He'll pick up 4 yards of the play as Tyler Stratton was in on the initial hit. Well, Sterling might go for this. They're right up to the line of scrimmage on 4th down and 2. And they're going to go for it. No huddle. 4th and 2 for their own 41. Diaz in a shotgun. Maybe they're trying to draw the Beattickers off sides, and the Beattickers are lined up about a yard off the line of scrimmage. They're not taking any chances. Leachman, the lone setback. Let's see if they snap this football. It is snapped. Handoff Leachman up the middle. 1st down as he dives to about the 43.5. Well, they're going to backtrack it a bit, but that's definitely a 1st down. A gain of close to 3 for Cody Leachman.
Yeah, nothing fancy. They're just getting their offensive line to get upfield and get into our bodies a little bit. They got their guys up to the line of scrimmage really fast. Looked over here to the sideline. I watched the Sterling coaches give a hand signal. The kids weren't sure they were going to go for it or not. You could tell the Sterling coach thought twice about it, and they kind of just went ahead and threw the play out there.
4.5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Brush 7, Sterling 6. 1st and 10 for Sterling at their own 44-yard line. Out of a shotgun, man in motion. There's the handoff on the end around. And Randy Baker makes the play back at the 38-yard line on the ball carrier, Jordan Jackson, a junior. And he throws him for a loss of close to 5 yards as they place the football at the 39-yard line, 2nd and 15.
Sterling got a little fancy, not really setting anything up and just trying to pull something out. They haven't used a lot of motion yet tonight, and it didn't fool the Diggers. Once they saw that motion, they knew something was up.
2nd down and 15 to go for Sterling at their own 39-yard line, lining up on the right hash mark in this quick-moving 1st quarter. Diaz out of a shotgun. Awaits the snap. 2 receivers to the right. Option left, looking to throw. The pass out is incomplete. And the defender, Alexander, had slipped for Brush, and wide open was Connor Carey, but an errant pass by Diaz into the Sterling bench, 3rd and 15.
Cameron Alexander was our corner out there on that play, and he started giving him a little bit of cushion. He backpedaled just like he was supposed to, but the kid stopped really quick, took off to the inside. I think their quarterback was expecting him to head back to the outside, and he never made it.
Don't let finances stand in your way of pursuing your college education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you at Morgan Community College. 3rd and 15 for the 39. Back to throw Diaz over the middle of the pass, incomplete. And it looked like the receiver was not even looking back. Connor Carey again. It looked like he was just trying to brace himself for the hit with Eddie Arribas around the football, and as well as Jake Morrow. I mentioned that at the beginning that Arribas was injured. He did have a deep thigh bruise, so it looks like he'll be playing defense tonight and maybe no offense. As the Tigers will be punting. Randy Baker standing at his own 30, a low snap, and now taking off with the football and taking it across the 35 to the 40, and down at the 45, the ball is fumbled, but I think he was down, and that was Connor Carey, excuse me. So he essentially picks up 6 yards on the play, but the Beatniggers take over in Sterling territory. I don't know if that was a design play. He fielded the one-hop snap very well.
He sure did, but I think he might have picked up that snap and already had it in his head that he was going to go for it. It looked like the guys that were on the outside were headed downfield to actually, make a tackle or down the football. I'm not sure that was designed.
It was an illegal formation there against Sterling. That's obviously declined. The Beatniggers will take over at the Sterling 45-yard line, leading 7-6 with 3:29 to go on the opening quarter. Beatniggers in the last 3 games have scored 48, 50, and 56 points, getting better with each and every game. Receivers are splits. Gutierrez and Rosenbrock in the backfield. 1st and 10 for the Sterling 45. Mitch Tormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock, running left, back to the inside of the 40, breaks free at the 35, down the middle of the field to the 20, towards the right sideline to the 10, to the 5, touchdown! Touchdown for Kyle Rosenbrock, 45 yards away, with a couple of nifty moves. Brush 13, Sterling 6.
Once he broke out into the open, he had a blocker down there, but the kid from Sterling was getting rid of him, so Kyle planted his left foot, gave him a little head fake, went back to the outside, and just left everybody in the dust. 106 yards for Kyle now on 6 carries.
Well, it's typical. He's got 10 touchdowns in the last 2+ games. The extra point to be attempted by Jesus. Off the hold of Mitch Tormolen. Beatniggers got to block a little bit better than the first extra point, even though he made it, but it was a very low-line drive. The snap is there, the blocking is better, the kick is up, and that one is good. 3:19 to go. First quarter, Rush 14, Sterling 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beatniggers just needed one play, a 45-yard run by Kyle Rosenbrock. Extra point good. Beatniggers now leading 14-6. Kind of happened last week. Beatniggers fell behind 7-0, and it was 13-7, then it was 13-13, then Brush exploded with a 49-13 halftime lead. On their way to a resounding win over Valley. Jesus boots that football, low-line drive. It hits off a Sterling player, so it's loose, and it's going to be pounced on at the 24-yard line. It could have been picked up, but after the ball went off a Tiger, Sterling decided to jump on it. And it looked like it was Jordan Jackson who fell on the football. 1st and 10 out for Sterling at their own 24-yard line.
Well, there's your strategy on those kickoffs twice. They kicked it to the other guy last time, and this time squibbed it.
Well, I think that's a good strategy, Dave. Change it up a little bit so it's not as predictable. The quarterback is Brendan Diaz. 1st and 10 for Sterling at their own 24-yard line. Leachman, the lone setback. The option left, Diaz will take the football up the middle, and he's swallowed up at the 26. He might have got to the 27 as he lowered his shoulder. And Maverick Seawald, the first Beatnigger in on the play. The gain is 2, 2nd down and 8.
Sterling trying to run that option over here to the weak side. Diggers are just doing a really good job at getting upfield on that. He couldn't get it out there to pitch it if he wanted to. He had to turn it up. There was nowhere to go.
2nd down and a short 8 at the 26-yard line. Kyle Rosenbrock has touchdown runs of 1 and 45 yards. And that 45, I believe, is his 3rd longest of the year. Had a 93-yarder against University, 70-yarder last week. Actually, I think he had a more than 50-yarder And here's a double reverse. Carey looks to throw the football wide open. The throw's going to be too deep for the receiver, wide open at the 33-yard line. That would have been a touchdown. The Beatniker defenders were beaten by about 5 yards, but the ball falls incomplete. You could tell that Carey put way too much mustard on that football. It'll be 3rd down and 8 to go. The intended receiver was Kyle Weingart.
Almost a double reverse pass. I'll tell you what, you don't see that very often, but we bid on it. Our corner flew up to help make the tackle, and their receiver just ran right behind him. If Carey would have put some air underneath that thing, I'm afraid that would have been...
Yeah, he overthrew it by a couple of yards. 3rd down and 8 for the 26-yard line. Shotgun formation for Diaz. Jackson in motion to the right. Hand off to Leachman running left. He's going virtually nowhere as the Beatnickers are right there after a gain of 2 to make the play. And you can count them. Chase Klein is in there, along with Cameron Alexander, Maverick Seawald, and others. The official gain for Cody Leachman will be 3 yards. It'll be 4th down and 5 to go for Sterling.
So Leachman, their top running back's got 18 yards on 5 carries and just having a real rough night.
But he does have a 95-yard kickoff return for a score. And now we have a flag. Hopefully that's a delay of game and not against Brush, because they call it a sideline warning.
Yep. That's what they call it, sideline warning over there. They warned us.
Yeah, that is against Brush. Randy Baker standing at his own 43-yard line. Connor Carey to punt. We're at the 1 minute and 40-second mark of the opening quarter. Brush leads Sterling 14-6. Awaiting the snap is Carey, and that's a perfect one. And he gets it off very high. And Baker should call for a fair catch. He does not, and he's interfered with. The ball is loose. I'm not sure who's got it, but it's going to be a penalty against Sterling. Baker had no opportunity to catch the football, and that should be going 15 yards the other way against the Tigers, as Baker was hit very hard as the ball was descending, and it was Matthew Wheeler, a freshman. And I don't know how you do that, Dave. You see the opposing team with the arms out about to catch the football, and you just barrel into the guy.
Yeah, I think if you're a freshman, you're out there just thinking this is your great chance to make the big tackle right then and there. And that's tough. Yeah, it comes with experience.
Yeah, still not sure who recovered the fumble. But it's not going to harm the Beatnickers either way. And what's going to happen here is that they're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage, and Sterling will have to re-punt. They'll mark it off in the 29. I believe that should be half the distance on the interference. So it's at the 14.5-yard line, and now Brush is going to get great field position. Unless Connor Carey can boot one over Baker's head, the Beatnickers should be able to start in Sterling territory.
He's standing on about his 1-yard line, and Baker's standing on about the 43
of Sterling. All right, so they'll do it once again. With just over a minute and a half to go in the opening quarter, the Beatnickers up by 8 points. Connor Carey awaits the snap. It's now a 4th and about 20 to go. And he gets this off a low fluttering line drive towards the Beatnickers sideline on the right side. Bounces at the 40. Baker picks it up at the 45. Spins out of a tackle at the 40. Along the left sideline, cutting it back across the field. He's down at the 35-yard line. A very nifty 10-yard return as the punt went for 31 yards. And the Beatnickers in very good field position once again.
I thought that was a great play by Baker. He had every... if he would have just let that thing roll and let Sterling down it, everybody would have figured, good play, smart play. But, he saw that opportunity, and he was confident enough with his ball handling that he was going to be able to get it upfield. And I love that, field most punts.
All right, if Rosenbrock scores from 35 out, that'll be like the 6th or 7th longest run of the year for him. He's been so good. 1st and 10 for the Beatnickers at the Sterling 35. Tormolen, back to throw, looking. And he's going to heave it up the left sideline. That pass is caught, and that's going to be a touchdown, actually right towards the middle. Caught for a touchdown from 35 yards away from Jake Brown. And the Beatnickers now lead by a score of 20-6.
And he didn't he? Put his hands up in the air after he caught that touchdown. And, man, Mitch just let him a little too much, and so he had to really lay it out there to catch the ball. And then for him to take those extra 2 or 3 huge steps, more of an effort to regain his balance, but also, to try to get it in the end zone.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for Jake. What a great play.
Oh, phenomenal play, an acrobatic catch. I'm shooting the play as I'm calling it, so that's why I thought it was towards the left sideline, but again, it was actually up towards the middle. And now the extra point to be attempted. That's the second one-play drive for the Beatniggers in this game. Perfect snap. Jesus' kick is up, and that's a beauty. We have got a minute and 11 seconds to go opening quarter. Brush 21, Sterling 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urick back from Tiger Field in Sterling. The Beatniggers trailed 6-0 on a 95-yard kickoff return by Cody Leachman. But since then, Kyle Rosenbrock has scored from a yard and 45 yards out. Then that 35-yard pass. An outstanding catch on that pass from Torbola to Jake Brown. And Brush now leads 21-6.
Boy, he had some good blocking, didn't he? Tremolin didn't have any pressure on him. It was a nice bootleg, good fakes.
He had a pocket.
Yep, had a nice pocket to throw from, and just a great catch.
And this ball is squibbed right into the ground, bounces at the 25, picked up by Leachman at the 20, breaks out of a tackle at the 25-yard line, runs towards the outside of his town. Randy Baker throws him down at the 27-yard line. Excellent play by the Beatniggers special team, so they have picked up their level of play. But, Dave, I still believe that's the way to do it. Squib it hard down the middle or down one side and do that. That deep, high kickoff is what has really hurt Brush this year.
Yeah, if your kickoff team's having a hard time getting down the field very fast, you got to figure out some way to give them a little time to give them some coverage. But, even on that play right there were some missed tackles. Guys have to make those open field tackles. If they get in there on a guy's leg, they better hold on to it.
The official spot is the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, a minute 4 to go in the opening quarter. Diaz out of a shotgun is going to hand the football off to Leach, but he cannot break out of a tackle in the backfield, even though he lunges back towards the line of scrimmage. Oscar Soto with the play. That's going to be a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11.
Brush still in that 4-3, but, that play was just way too slow. Their quarterback received the snap, and he was just facing towards the home stands here. He was facing east, and he was just standing there holding the ball out in front of him, waiting for Leachman to come over and take it. So I think it was supposed to be like a sprint draw, but it was way too obvious and way too slow.
2nd down and really a long 10, loss of about half a yard. Twins to the left, one receiver to the right. Man in motion is Rose, back to throw, and that pass deep up the left sideline towards Carey is going to be caught. He's got the football. Cameron Alexander trying to bring him down, and instead he's going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 35-yard line and a late hit. That's going to go against the Beatniggers all the way down to the 31 was that pass play. That's a pass play of 41 yards to Connor Carey. And it looks like the Beatniggers are going to be penalized for 15 more.
Yeah, we were having a hard time. Cameron was having a hard time bringing him down. He kind of had him, it was like he was going to bulldog him there for a minute. He got twisted around, and the other player flew in there and gave him an extra shot there when Carey already went out of bounds.
Well, as Sterling scores here, they get right back into the game after the Beatniggers scored 21 unanswered points. Yeah, we know the Brush offense is not going to stop anytime soon, but you'd like the defense to continue to make plays, which they've done so far. That was by far the biggest play offensively that Sterling has had in this game. And with 13 seconds to go, they've got the football just shy of the 16-yard line. And Diaz operating out of the shotgun, and now we have a timeout called by Brush. I think they want to realign this defense, and the Beatniggers can afford to do this, Dave, because they've got the lead. And because throughout the last 3+ games they've had leads. However, I don't think you want to be calling too many timeouts in the first quarter.
No, definitely you want to watch out, but I think it's a good timeout. When things get going really fast, you get in those competitive situations, and all of a sudden, I don't know if you've been there, all of a sudden you look up in the clock, and it's over. And then all of a sudden you look and you realize, I still had 2 or 3 timeouts left, so you might as well use them if you think you need them to slow the game down enough so the kids can stop and breathe and look at the clock and look at the score and look at the down and distance, then it's well spent.
That's an excellent defensive timeout. It's after a big play. Sterling has the momentum after that play, and you've committed an unnecessary penalty. Might as well stop the bleeding.
Yep, exactly. In volleyball, they do that all the time. They substitute people. They call timeouts just to try to stop the momentum.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Beatniggers 16-yard line. This could be the final play of the opening quarter with Brush up by 15. Brendan Diaz out of a shotgun. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. There are two setbacks, and there's the give to Leachman running off left tackle. Tries to spin around a beat digger, cannot do so as Randy Baker makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the opening quarter with the score. Brush 21, Sterling 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers lead the Sterling Tigers 21-6. John Beltran with Dave Urick as we head to the second quarter. Mitch Tormolen's 35-yard touchdown pass to Jake Brown marks the 21st consecutive game that Tormolen has thrown a touchdown pass, one in every start that he's made out of a shotgun. On second down and 10 for the 16, Diaz looking, throws it out in the right flat. That pass is caught along the right sideline. Cameron Alexander brings down the receiver, but not before a gain of 4, and that is Kyle Weingart. Actually, more than 4. Check that. He went inside the 10 towards the 7. Yeah, I had that completely off. It's a gain of 9. Looks like they want to measure, but it's clearly, from this vantage point, short by almost a yard, which would make it third down and 1. Yeah, they're going to bring the sticks out. Well, maybe my eyes are cheating me. Looked like clearly a gain of 9 and not 10 on the second down and 10, but let's see what happens when they stretch out the sticks.
You know, I don't even remember anything you just said because I smell a little bit of popcorn, but I'm smelling like hamburgers and then, you know, that ketchup-y smell that comes from those concession stands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
what a great
clearly
football.
An intoxicating aroma. All right, that's a pass of 9 yards. I mean, clearly short of the first down to Kyle Weingart. And now Sterling's in a very good situation. Third down and 1 to go from the 7-yard line. You could almost call a quarterback sneak, but then again, they line up out of a shotgun. Sterling is not lined up yet under center. We'll see the Beat Diggers cheat a little bit on defense to try and prevent that 1 yard from being gained. On third down and less than a yard from the 7. Sterling has not scored an offensive touchdown as of yet. Their lone touchdown was a 95-yard kickoff return by Cody Leachman.
Leachman's had less than 3 yards per carry so far tonight.
And a new quarterback in there for Sterling. No, it's still Diaz. Handoff to Leachman. First down as he runs off right tackle. Inside the 5 to the 4. It's a gain of 3. Strong run by the senior. And not unexpected there, as strong as Leachman is. Your one-stop center for projects around your home office or yard is Ackley Building Center. They now carry appliances. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush.
On that play, they just did some wedge blocking. You know, they just got their offensive lineman toe-to-toe and just surged straight ahead on a quick count.
This will be the 6th play of the drive. First and goal for the 4. Leachman and Rose are the setbacks. Awaiting the snap, and there's the keeper by Diaz. Stutter steps. He's maybe back to the line of scrimmage as Randy Baker was there to make the hit. Yeah, it looked like no gain. That stutter stepping cost Diaz any yards. Second down and goal.
He wanted to run right, didn't he? You know what I noticed? He didn't go on the count that time. He just kind of flashed his hands, and that's when the center snapped in the ball. But he wanted to run right. There was nothing there, so he went back left, and there was even less.
Ethan Rose is out. Jordan Jackson is in. Second down and goal for the 4. Yeah, I'm guessing they would hand it off to Leachman right now. It would make all the sense in the world. Rolling right as Diaz throwing off his back. But the pass is intercepted! Intercepted by Kyle Rosenbrock! And he takes it back to the 3-yard line, and he runs out of bounds as his momentum was going that way. And the Beat Diggers have the football. I am stunned by that play call.
You know, when you got your horses Leachman, I'm kind of stunned too. You know, he's getting 3 yards of carry. You know, they have plenty of downs to put it in the end zone from there. But Rosebrook, you give him some credit. Boy, they ran that quick out pattern, and he was expecting it. He saw the kid head to the sideline. He saw the kid's eyes get big, and Kyle stepped in front of it and intercepted the ball.
Well, Dave, we know that Rosenbrock has had, I believe it's 3 touchdowns this year of over 50 yards just on the ground. First down and 10 from their own 3. Tormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock, running right up the gut. He's got a yard, maybe 2. I think just 1 before he's driven back at the 4-yard line. Second down and 9 to go for Brush.
Yep, he ran into a lot of Tigers that time as they got upfield pretty quick, those front 5. One of the linebackers was blitzing the A-gap.
Well, Dave, If they're blitzing, you know it's open somewhere else. And that means it would be open on the perimeter. Let's see if they exploit that perimeter. Michael Gutierrez is into the game. 2nd down and 9 for the Beatniks at their own 4-yard line, leading 21-6. Baker is in motion to the left. Tormolen is going to keep it on the bootleg, running to the 5, along the left sideline to the 10. First down to the 20-yard line, knocked out of bounds. However, there's a flag downfield at the 10-yard line. Let's see if part of this is coming back.
You know, usually when the flag lands out there, it's going to be a block in the back or a hold. That time I think I saw a hold.
Yeah, it would have been a gain of 16 and a first down. Instead, the flag is down at the 10-yard line, so it'll still be a 2nd down. And I would imagine it's half the distance. Yeah, that ball's going to be placed at the 5. So, in effect, it's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down and 8 to go at the 5-yard line for Brush. Baker is in motion to the right. And Tormolen is going to hand it off to the right side. There's Gutierrez with a big hole across the 10-yard line. And down at around the 11, maybe the 12. Yeah, there's some dim lighting over there. Easy to lose track of the football, but a big gain there for Michael Gutierrez as he gets to about the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 7. And for the Beatniks, they face a 3rd down and 1, Dave.
So Mikey's got 33 yards now on 3 carries. That time he turned it up a little soon. He should have probably headed over to the sticks over there and ran right for the first down. Turned it up thinking he could cut back against the grain.
Handoff Rosenbrock. He's got a first down. Not much yardage, but he gets to the 15-yard line. A gain of 3 for the Beatniks sophomore, and the drive continues for Brush.
So 110 yards now for him. The big thing on that play is just running that 20 series. You know, the faking that dive and then running it off tackle to the fullback. Now, that's the beautiful thing about the offense that Coach Strides runs. You know, every play feeds off the other one, and that creates a lot of misdirection. It forces linebackers to start having to guess, and when the kids do a good job of making their fakes, it leaves things wide open.
1st and 10 for the Beatniks at their own 15. Jake Brown is the receiver to the right. Looks like Sterling is coming. And rolling right on the bootleg is Tormolen, running room to the 20, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds shy of the first down. But again, Dave, you exploit the perimeter when that middle is crowded. That's what the Beatniks did. And because of that, Tormolen was very close to a first down. I believe he's going to be about a yard shy. They'll mark it at the 24, gain of 9 for Mitch Tormolen.
Yep, so Sterling's in a 5-2 now, and they have 2 safeties back there, and their safeties are up there within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. So basically they got 9 guys in the box.
2nd down and a long one for Brush at their own 24-yard line. Over 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Brush 21, Sterling 6. Tormolen is back to throw. Looking. He's going to heave it way up the middle. That pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Randy Baker at the 35-yard line. Extremely well defended over there by James Sturjanik. A good call considering it was 2nd and 1.
You bet. Spread that defense out a little bit. Baker came free. Wasn't as wide open as Jake Brown was earlier on basically the same play. Just overthrown by 2 or 3 yards. The ball was on a rope.
Serving you the best coffees, lattes, and smoothies. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to better serve you. And ready to make your favorite specialty drink or offer a sweet treat at 921 Edison Street in Brush. Open until kickoff for each home game. 3rd and 1 for the 24. Handoff Rosenbrock right side. He's got a first down across the 25, and he's driven back by that Sterling defense. Didn't need much, but got enough. In fact, he carried his way for a gain of 3. Dave, this could be a classic 8 or 9 minute drive unless the Beatniks can break off a big one, because it started at their own 3-yard line with 10:32 to go, and we're almost inside of 8 minutes. Not that they've chewed up a ton of time, but they still have 73 yards to get to the land of no hash marks. There's the give on the left side, and nothing. Hit in the backfield for a loss of 1 is Jake Morrow. Yeah, he was swallowed up over there by Matt McNear, the 6'4", 215-pound senior tackle. Losses back to the 26, a loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, there just wasn't a lot of running room over there for Jake on that play.
Beet Diggers quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 11 to go for the 26-yard line. Tormolin back to throw, looking to his right. He throws off his back foot. The pass going to be incomplete. I think he might have tried to throw that one away because there was no Beet Digger really near the football, and he was getting pressured.
Yeah, he got hit right when he let go of the football. The defensive end on the right side came in there unblocked, and we tried to run bootleg to the right, but the kid did a good job of getting off on the count and gaining ground in a hurry.
The Beet Diggers now with a 3rd and 11 situation at their own 26-yard line. And Mitch Tormolin looking for the play. The Beet Diggers, more than likely, they have to use their last time out, and they do. Brought to you by State Farm Insurance. We'll take it with them. We have got 7:15 to go, 2nd quarter. Brush 21, Sterling 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beet Diggers hold a 15-point lead as we approach the midway mark of the 2nd quarter. John Beltran and Dave Urich back from Tiger Field in Sterling. Kyle Rosenbrock has scored twice in the game. Runs of 1 and 45 yards and a 35-yard pass from Mitch Tormolin to Jake Brown extended the lead. All those points were scored in the opening quarter, but now the Beet Diggers are in a precarious situation. 3rd and 11 from their own 26-yard line. One receiver to the right. Baxter split. Gutierrez is in that backfield. On 3rd and 11, Tormolin's going to roll to his right, still looking. He'll throw on the run. That pass is going to be caught underneath, short of a 1st down to Jake Brown along the right sideline. However, he got to the 35-yard line, 4th and 2, only at their own 35-yard line. Knowing Coach Dreitz, he's not going to punt that football.
He might be going for it. I'll tell you what, Jake did a really good job of coming back to the ball, didn't he? He was upfield. He had the 1st down yardage, but where the ball was thrown and where the defender was, Jake had to come back to the ball to help protect it. Boy, he did a good job of coming back and making a catch and actually trying to turn it upfield.
Well, the Beet Diggers are going to go for it. 4th and 2 at their own 35. Risky move. Tormolin with a hard count. And he's going to keep the football to bootleg left. Has running room to the outside. Stutter steps 1st down to the 40, still on his feet. And he's taken down at the 45-yard line. A confident 10-yard run for Mitch Tormolin. And the drive continues for Brush. Make it 11 as the ball's placed at the 46-yard line.
So 35 yards now for Mitch on 3 carries. And boy, that was just a nice play. A lot of the Sterling kids fell for the fake. He saw the defensive players running over towards the wide side of the field. And here came Mitch with some good lead blocking there by Tyler Stratman.
Jake Brown checks out. Nico Guzman checks in. The Beet Diggers might use close to the rest of the quarter. Again, this drive started with over 10 and a half minutes to go at their own 3-yard line. They're still on their own side of the field. 1st and 10 at the 46, unless they can break off a big play. Handoff right side, and that is a gain of 5. Now 10 for Jake Morrow along the right sideline. He's still on his feet, tearing defenders inside the 20-yard line, and Morrow just running hard towards the 15. Don't think he got that far. I think he got to the 17-yard line, and if that's the case for Morrow, it's a gain of 37. 1st down for the Beet Diggers.
What a great run. You know, that was in between the tackles, but once he got through there, the only opening was to get to the sideline, and I think he surprised everybody with his speed as he ran away from the Sterling defenders, breaking tackles and carrying people the rest of the way.
1st and 10 for the Beet Diggers at the 17-yard line of Sterling. 5:49 to go, 2nd quarter. Brush 21, Sterling 6. Tormolin awaits the snap. He will turn. He'll hand it off right up the gut. That's Michael Gutierrez inside the 15. And he almost tackled himself. He cut so hard that he went down at the 13. A gain of 4, and Gutierrez is tough to stop because he's so shifty.
Yeah, and he's quick. And, you know, another thing is he's just got that savvy. You know, there's a lot of things that he does that, you know, aren't coached. You know, things that he's seen happen over his years of wishing and dreaming about being a Beet Digger.
Jordan Jackson trips him up, 2nd down and 6. From the Sterling 13-yard line. One receiver out to the right. There's the handoff right up the middle. Gutierrez to the 10-yard line inside the 5, and he's being shirt-tailed near the goal line. And it's going to be a 1st and goal. Or check that. That is Morrow. Yeah, that is Morrow, not Gutierrez. And he's down at about it's at the 2-yard line. Yeah, gain of 11 for Jake Morrow. Boy, Morrow running extremely hard.
47 yards worth on 3 carries.
This will be the 14th play of the drive. First and goal from the 2. Morrow in the backfield with Gutierrez. Tormolen hands it off right up the gut. That's a touchdown for the Beat Diggers. And that looked like Michael Gutierrez. It was. He was barely touched from 2 yards out. He scores for the second straight week. And the Beat Diggers now lead 27-6.
Yeah, Mikey just ran that 24 dive. Brush doing a good job of setting him up by running out of that 3 and 400 formation. Forces Sterling to move one of those linebackers out of there and just opens things up off tackle.
The Beat Diggers chewed up nearly 6 minutes on that drive. The extra point to be attempted by Jesus Cardenas. Off the hold, perfect snap to Tormolen, and that kick is blocked. However, there's a flag down before the play. And this is going to be illegal procedure against Brush. So this will turn into about a 25-yard extra point.
That's some bad luck blocking for Jesus. Sterling's got all those big guys there in the middle, but they're sending a linebacker. And looks like they must be sending one guy to the right and one guy to the left and forcing all of our linemen are all supposed to block down and cover their gap, but it's forcing somebody to take a step to the outside and leave things wide open.
All right, this will be a 25-yard extra point. Jesus certainly has the leg and has demonstrated the accuracy, and it's going to be a high snap. Tormolen rolling to his right. He's going to throw towards the end zone. That pass is going to be, is it caught? It is, by Randy Baker. He was wide open. We have got 4:39 to go, second quarter. Brush is now in the lead over Valley by a score of 29-6 on 1010 KSLR. Over Sterling, excuse me. Why am I thinking back to last week? This is 1010 KSLR at KSLR.com. The Beat Diggers in the lead over the Sterling Tigers, 29-6. An impressive drive for the Beat Diggers. 14 plays, 97 yards in 5 minutes and 53 seconds. Michael Gutierrez from 2 yards out. The 2-point conversion pass went from Mitch Tormolen to Randy Baker. And Brush has scored 29 unanswered points last week when Brush was tied with Valley at 13. Beat Diggers scored 43 unanswered points. So they love this part of the game. And Dave, I would be stunned if the Beat Diggers didn't score again in the first half, because we saw last week, the later it gets in the second quarter, the more effective they are. Jesus to kick it off, and he's going to squib it. It hits a Tiger. The ball is loose at the 25-yard line. It's still loose, and the Beat Diggers have jumped on it. No question, Brush jumped on it at the 25. Now let's see if we can find who recovered the fumble. I think it was Jake Morrow. I do too. Who recovered the fumble at the 25-yard line. And the Beat Diggers can extend the lead right now.
Well, the thing about a football, you can't tell how it's going to bounce. That time Brush got a really nice bounce off of that kick, and it was tumbling and then took a high hop and went right over the first up man's head, and Morrow just jumped on it. Just a great play. And I'll tell you what, when that's working for you, why would you want to kick it deep?
Well, the Beat Diggers quickly up to the line of scrimmage. There are trips to the right. The lone setback is Rosenbrock. Tormolen throwing out the right flat, caught by Brown to the 25 along the sideline, and he barrels into a defender. He's got a few yards short of the 20. Maybe just 3 yards to the 22, but still a very effective play run by the Beat Diggers that they ran twice last week. It'll be second down and 7 after the 3-yard pass to Brown.
The neat thing was he lowered his shoulder and tried to pick up even though he was out of bounds there, he was still fighting to try to get those extra yards. I love to see Jake being physical like that out there.
Now the Beat Diggers will have trips to the left, and the lone setback is Kyle Rosenbrock. They've run out of this formation before. Second down and 7. There's the handoff. Rosenbrock, he's hit in the backfield, tries to break out of it. It's not going to happen. There was a missed block there because Matt McNear came through and barreled Rosenbrock. There is a flag down, though. It's going to be a loss of close to 3, but let's see what the flag is all about. This will be illegal formation against the Beat Diggers. Well, I think that'd be declined. I mean, especially after you throw Rosenbrock. Oh, unless, did it happen before the play? If it happened before the play, it was no play, but I don't think it did.
No, it seemed like they didn't blow the whistle until after we ran it.
Loss of 2 for Rosenbrock. It'll be third down and 9 to go for the Beat Diggers at the 24-yard line of Sterling. They don't want to blow this opportunity. with 4:24 to go in the second. And the Beatnikkers up by 23. Jake Brown comes in with play instructions. On 3rd and 9, the Beatnikkers once again, 3 receivers out to the left. At the Sterling 24, Rosenbrock the lone setback. And rolling to his left is Tormolen. Still rolling. Throws up the left sideline. The pass is caught. Touchdown! Holy Mohammed! A touchdown to Nico Guzman. Just beyond that left pylon from 24 yards away. The second touchdown pass of the night for Mitch Tormolen. Beatnikkers 35, Sterling 6.
So Tormolen's 4 for 6 for 71 yards. Nico did a good job. He just had the kid beat by a step. He was close enough to the defender that, he really had to concentrate on the ball as the ball just barely went over the defender's head. Tormolen did a great job at threading the ball in there. He threw it on the run to his left side. That's a tough pass to throw.
Right, it's very easy to overthrow. Very hard to follow through. But the catch was impressive. And now a low snap. Tormolen has to pick it up. He might run for the end zone. He dives towards the pylon, and he is in. A somersault nearly for Mitch Tormolen. Not quite there, but it's good enough for the 2-point conversion. We've got 4:17 to go. Opening half, Brush 37, Sterling 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, the Beatnikkers recovered a fumble. Jake Morrow did that, and 3 plays later, Brush is back on the board, and they scored in just 18 seconds. 24-yard pass from Mitch Tormolen to Nico Guzman, a 3-play, 25-yard drive. And Brush all of a sudden in blowout mode, 37-6 over Sterling. And they might get to a running clock. Maybe not in the first half. And this one is squibbed, and that ball is fielded by Sterling at about the 46-yard line. So they'll have good field position. I don't know if Jesus meant to do that and kick it that short. Recovered by freshman Jake Busmente. So 1st and 10 for Sterling at their own 46-yard line, down by 31.
Yeah, I think Jesus was just trying to squib it, and he'd run up there and you kick it as hard as you can, and sometimes the football just runs into somebody.
Committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Brendan Diaz in a shotgun. Man in motion to the right. 1st and 10 for the 46. Got the football. Option right. He'll take off with the football, and he's going to lose a yard. He might have tried to lunge his way back to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think he was successful. Maybe a half-yard loss. Penetration there by Jake Morrow and Kyle Rosenbrock. Officially 2nd down and 10 to go for Sterling.
So they ran that option. They brought their guy in motion from the left side over to the right side, and they actually blocked our defensive end on this side, so they were going to try to option our corner. He just never got out there because Tyler Stratton did such a good job at not giving up any ground.
2nd down and 10 for the 46. Rose in motion to the left. Out of a shotgun formation once again is Brendan Diaz. Looking towards the Sterling bench. Has got the football, drops the football, picks it up, throws it deep up the right sideline, incomplete, intended for Kyle Weingart. And he was just stumbling as the ball was overthrown. He was at the 22. The ball landed at about the 17. Beatnikkers had that pretty well defended. Nico Guzman was back there along with Alec Peterson and Jake Brown. 3rd down and 10 to go.
Diaz has a pretty quick release, doesn't he? He dropped the ball on the ground. He picked it up and just threw it at the same time. You question if he even had his hands on the laces. He just got rid of it.
Well, because this is a 31-point Brush lead, Cody Leachman, the running back, is almost insignificant at this point. I'm sure he's going to get the ball at some point. A quick drop, and Diaz will take up with a football. He'll take off and gain a yard. That's it. As Tyler Stratton right there to make the tackle at the 47-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 9 to go for Sterling. Beatnikkers might score again before the end of the opening half with 3:09 to go. Brush leads by a score of 37-6.
That quarterback draw has always been our Achilles heel for years, and I'll tell you what's not giving us any trouble tonight. That defense is doing a good job staying home.
Connor carried a punt. Awaits the snap. Now Sterling will reset. Are they going to go for it here? Or is this just a different formation? Let's see what happens. Randy Baker back deep to receive. And Connor Carey awaits the snap, has it, he'll roll to his left, wants to take off with the football. Now he punts it high and very short. Beatnikkers have got to watch out. Bounces at the 27, and it's down right there. Well, that was pretty unconventional, but didn't hurt the Beat Diggers too much. And that punt went for about 25 yards, officially at the 28-yard line. They with 2:32 to go, looks like, for this vantage point. Tons of time, but no timeouts left for the Beat Diggers.
Well, we got those big scores. Tell you what, on that play, Sterling wanted to, first they came out showing like they were going to just be in a tight punt formation, but the Diggers were all up on the line of scrimmage like they were going to block it. So Sterling shifted into a spread punt. Diggers still set a couple people, but they tried to roll left and punt, and it was awkward because they have a right-handed punter.
First and 10 from the 28. Tormola is going to roll to his right. Pressure coming from the backside. He'll roll to his left. The flag is down. Tormola will heave it up the left sideline. That pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Nico Guzman. And even had that been complete, it probably would have been nullified. As the flags were thrown immediately, and the Beat Diggers are going to be called for holding. That's happened multiple times tonight against Brush. I mean, they've been able to get away with it because they've come up with big plays thereafter, but some penalties that the Beat Diggers don't normally commit on the offensive side.
Yeah, it's not a good thing, but it just goes to show what a good rush Sterling's putting on Tremolin. Those guys are doing a good job at getting upfield in a hurry and forces our offensive line to get out of position, and they don't have their feet moving. They have to reach out to try to stop them.
And this football is going to be placed at the 15. That's a 13-yard holding penalty. Second down and 23. Hey, we've seen this before. Late in the first half, Kyle Rosenbrock, a 90-yard run. Last week, the final play, 55-yarder to Guzman. And we still have 2:22 to go, so plenty of time. But it is second and 23 for Brush at their own 15-yard line. And there is the pitch right to Gutierrez. Speed to burn to the 20-yard line. Along the sideline, that is to the 25, and he's knocked out of bounds. So it does stop the clock after positive yardage by Michael Gutierrez. And it should be a gain of close to 10 as the ball is going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. Not bad now. Second down and 13 for Brush.
So Mikey's got 49 yards now and 6 carries and having really good luck on that quick pitch out there. He's got the speed to stretch that defense out. That's going to open up that fullback dive that comes off of that play.
Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Oregon Federal Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Second down and 13 for Brush at their own 25-yard line. Tormolen is going to hand it off right up the middle to Kyle Rosenbrock, but cannot break out of a tackle as they faked that pitch left to Gutierrez, and they were waiting for Rosenbrock, and as a result, he gains nothing. Third and 13 for Brush.
Well, usually that works. The play before was a 58. Come back to this side, take the 59 and did the 51, and just wasn't there. There was 3 Sterling defenders right there waiting for Kyle.
Down to a minute 49 to go. The clock will only stop if the Beat Diggers go out of bounds or get a first down. Of course, an incomplete pass would also stop it, but Brush doesn't want that. Baker in motion to the left. And here's the pitch left. Running room for Gutierrez following a blocker along the sideline to the 30 to the 35-yard line, and then he's tackled out of bounds, short of a first down. And they're not going to give him the 35, though, which means he'll gain only 8 yards to the 33. Well, Coach Strites go for it. He's got 4th and 5. Normally a punting situation with a minute 33 to go. But with the way the Brush offense has been going, they are going to go for it on 4th and 5 at their own 33-yard line. Lining up on the left hash mark. What will the Beat Diggers pull out here? Tormolen's done bootlegs in the situation. On 4th down, bootleg left. Tormolen to the 35. He's going to be hit, and he reaches that football across, but he's going to be short. He's not going to get it. He's down at the 37. That will be a gain of 4, and Tormolen does not get the first down, and Sterling will have the football.
Yeah, we ran to the short side of the field on that play, and he just ran out of running room. They had some good blocking out in front. Tell you what, the play before on that 59, Maverick Seawald was rolling out there and making some big blocks.
So Sterling has the football. They're looking to get back on the scoreboard, and they've got great field position with a minute 26 to go. And they've got the ball at the Beat Digger 36-yard line. 1st and 10 out of a shotgun as Diaz has the football. He'll keep it himself up the middle, spinning inside the 35 to the 33. It's a gain of 3. Looked like Rosenbrock was around the football. Second down and 7 to go, and they're right back up to the line of scrimmage. Sterling doesn't want to make this a game that results in a running clock. Trips to the left, 2nd and 7 from the Brush 33-yard line. Diaz with a football, hands it off to Leachman right up the middle. He's trying to break a second tackle, but Kyle Rosenbrock will not let him do that. He gains 3 to the 30. 3rd down and 4. Timeout is called by Sterling, and we have got 58 seconds to go in the opening half. Brush leads by a score of 37 to 6.
So Leachman's got 24 yards now on 9 carries. Brendan Diaz has got 18 yards on 9 carries. And that's about all the offense they have, with the exception of that 41-yard pass and that 9-yard pass they had.
Stubbs Gas and Oil at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there today to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. That's Stubbs Gas and Oil. And you don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. That's at Northern Colorado Title. It'll be 3rd down and 4 to go for Sterling. At the Beat Digger 30-yard line with 58 ticks to go. In the opening half, the Beat Diggers were down early 6-0, but then exploded. A couple of touchdown passes from Mitch Tormolen. 2 touchdowns from Kyle Rosenbrock, another from Michael Gutierrez. Trips to the left. Brendan Diaz is in a shotgun. Awaiting the snap. Fakes, looking to throw deep over the middle, and that pass is going to be incomplete, just beyond the outstretched hands of Connor Carey. The Beat Diggers were back there, but then Carey outran the Brush defenders and nearly made a fingertip catch.
He did. Diaz did a good job of throwing the ball really high up in the air and giving him, plenty of lead. And I think our defenders thought he overthrew it. So it looked like they were kind of holding back a little bit and maybe giving up on it. Carey never gave up on it, and he almost fingertipped it.
51 seconds to go before the break. 4th and 5 from the Brush 30. Again, Diaz out of a shotgun. Rose is in motion to the left, and Diaz will keep the football, run up the middle. He will not get the first down. He'll get to the 27-yard line, pick up 3 yards. The Beat Diggers were there. Jake Morrow getting up off the bottom of the pile. So Brush will have the football, and they'll need a huge play in order to get back into the end zone. Are they going to measure? Boy, I don't think he got the first down. I mean, that was he needed 4 yards. Okay, if he got the first down, the football field's about 101 yards, not 100. There's no way he got the first down there. I'm shocked that they're even measuring this. I'm telling you, that it looks like now he's got a first down. I'm telling you, that ball was originally at the 36-yard line. They moved those sticks. Those sticks were moved. I'm telling you, you and I saw that. Those sticks were moved. That should not have been a first down. That ball's not even at the 26-yard line, but the drive continues.
It's not. I'm laughing, but
no, I'm telling you.
Everybody at home, John's not going crazy.
No, that was like a 1st and 9 before that. And there's the handoff right side on the end around to Jackson. He's going to be taken down by Kyle Rosenbrock for no gain at the 26-yard line. Let's see if after no gain it's a 2nd down and 8 or something. I mean, come on, that was ridiculous. There is no way that should have been a first down based on the original spot.
So Jackson ended up with minus 4 yards now after that 1-yard gain.
Well, if they're not moving the football on the ground and they've taken their second time out, Dave, don't be surprised if the Beat Diggers come up with a huge defensive play.
They could. Sterling's already used up their trick. They ran that reverse pass. How many of you don't know that many teams that practice that many trick plays.
Yeah, exactly. Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop is Hometown Auto and Hardware. Stop by and let them help you today or any day of the week. Hometown Auto and Hardware, 1305 Edison Street in Brush. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the 26, and the snap came early to Diaz. He's got to fall on the football. He was not anticipating the snap. It was dealt to him early. It's going to be a loss of 3. Back to the 29-yard line, a 3rd down and 13, and Sterling is right back up to the line of scrimmage with only 19 seconds to go. They've got to pass out of this formation. Diaz, 3-step drop, looking, throwing to his right. The pass is incomplete, almost intercepted by Alec Peterson, but there could be interference as Kyle Weingart was at the 19-yard line. He turned around. I don't know if he either interfered or he was interfered with, and he was interfered with. That penalty against Brush should be a spot foul, though. But I don't know if they do. Do they do spot fouls on interference in high school football, Dave? I think it could be 15-yarder straight up, even though the penalty occurred at the 19.
Peterson didn't necessarily interfere with him on that play. The kid just ran a hook pattern. Maybe they're getting ready to set up some sort of hook and lateral, but the kid just ran right into Peterson, and then he stopped and turned around.
Yeah, that's not a spot foul. Down to the 15-yard line. Pretty much a half the distance. 12 seconds to go before the break. First down and 10 for the 15. Sterling perhaps has 2 more plays, and that's it. Carey's in motion to the left. And there's the handoff to Carey. I think he wants to throw the football. Throws across the way, and that pass is going to be picked off in the end zone. Across the 5-yard line is Nico Guzman, cutting it back towards the 10, and he's down right there. Nico Guzman comes up with a Beetdigger interception. That is the second of the opening half for Brush, and that's the end of the first half with a score. Brush 37, Sterling 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beetdiggers will receive the second half kickoff as they lead by a score of 37-6 over the Tigers here from Tiger Field in Sterling. Brush did not punt in the opening half, but they were stopped once on a 4th down play. And, well, I thought I was going to get the name of that Sterling kicker. I never did. It was out there because we haven't seen him really since after that first touchdown. And let's see who receives for the Beetdiggers. Let's see if Randy Baker will go back there. He's been very effective on special teams throughout the course of the season. Last week, he had a 43-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And the Tigers to kick it off, and that one is high and very short, and it'll be fielded by an up man at the 35-yard line, and running across the 35 to about the 40, that is Kalen Brandt. And Truett Parrish is the kicker there for Sterling. Thanks to Dave for getting that info. Yeah, he's not on the original roster, even though what I got earlier this week was supposedly an updated roster. Beetdiggers will have the football to begin at their own 40-yard line. Nice job by Brandt getting to that one and not allowing a turnover.
Yeah, and then he ran it across the field, so he cut it back across the grain and, did some good work there to try to pick up some yards.
First and 10 for the Beetdiggers at their own 40-yard line. And in motion to the right is Klein. The pitch right to Gutierrez, swinging it to the outside. He tries to spin out of a tackle, cannot. He's going to be taken down, and the ball is loose. I think it was fumbled, and it was recovered by Sterling. And Gutierrez is fumbling for the second time in 3 weeks, and the Tigers have the football. I think Connor Carey might have come away with it, and Sterling has it just 30 seconds into the third quarter.
They ran that 58 pitch over here, and boy, there was just 3 Tigers that flew up there and met him at the line of scrimmage, and one of them sort of had a shirt tackle on him, and he spun him around, and that loosened his arm up.
First and 10 for Sterling. The football at the Beetdigger 39-yard line. Out of a shotgun is Diaz. Jackson in motion to the right. Handoff. Leachman right up the middle. A big hole across the 35. And he dives to close to the 33, maybe the 32. And the gain is going to be 7 yards there for Leachman. That'll be second down and 3 to go for Sterling. And they're quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Kyle Weingart is the receiver to the right. On second down and 7 for the Beetdigger 32. Beetdigger's up by 31 here in the third. Diaz out of a shotgun will take the football, cut it back towards the outside. First down inside the 30, along the left sideline to the 20. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 15 towards the 13-yard line. A gain of 19 for Brendan Diaz. And Sterling is coming out as strong in the second half as they did in the first half, but they couldn't really maintain that momentum at all in the first half.
Right, yeah, they come out and they got the spark right off the bat, got the turnover, and boy, I'll tell you what, Peterson did a good job of using the sideline and hitting him really low and driving him out of bounds.
Out of a shotgun, first and 10 for the Beetdigger 13. Diaz with a hard count, now looking back towards the sideline. Awaiting the snap. And now has the football. He'll hand it off to Leachman up the middle. Breaks the tackle at the 10, still on his feet. And he's inside the 5 towards the 4. Gain of close to 9 for Cody Leachman. Randy Baker makes the tackle, and Dave, you can bet they're not going to be throwing out of this formation at all, not after running the football that well. I'd really be stunned.
No, they could definitely run it all day long with him if they just stay with it, you know. That time when he got tackled, the judge that stands right behind the linebackers didn't move, and he kind of hit him on the side. I think that official might have got his knee tweaked a little bit.
2nd and 1 from the 4. Diaz with the football. Will hand it off to Leachman, running left, first down, drives for the end zone, but he's down at the 1. It's a gain of 3. Looked like Chase Klein was around that football, and Kyle Rosenbach, but it's 1st and goal at the 1 with a gain of 3 from Leachman.
So he can run it all day long, but he's only going to get 3 yards to carry because he's got 34 yards on 11 attempts.
All right, the Sterling Tigers looking for their first offensive touchdown of the game. On 1st and goal for the 1, Diaz out of a shotgun. Low snap, handoff to Leachman, and he dives, but I don't know if he's into the end zone. I think he's shy of the end zone, and they're going to mark him down for no gain, although it looked like he gained maybe a few inches. 2nd down and goal to go for Sterling.
Yeah, he barely got a yard. We had a really good search from our defensive line that time. They stayed low, didn't give up any ground, actually picked up some ground there in the middle. I think that was Oscar Soto on this side.
2nd and goal for Sterling. Inside the 1. This is Cody Leachman time. There's the snap. Handoff right up the gut. That's not Leachman. And being driven back on the right side, but I think it's a touchdown. And it looks there. And that's Stutzman. Avery Stutzman scores for Sterling. And they are on the board. I believe that's his first carry of the game, Dave.
Well, he barely got in there because, again, Oscar Soto at that nose guard position, he just blasted through there and he grabbed him from behind. He was actually having to tackle him because the Stutzman was running on the other side of the ball from him. So Oscar did a really good job at getting upfield.
I think Sterling at 12 in the huddle, as they were flagged even before they got to the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they'll go for 2. It's 37-13 in favor of Brush. Well, the Beat Diggers should be able to eclipse 50 tonight, but the running clock will be a challenge now, as they're only up by 24. Now checking into the game is Ethan Rose, and out is Jordan Jackson. Sterling will go for 2 at the 8-yard line of the Beat Diggers. Again, Brendan Diaz in a shotgun. Has the football, rolls to his left, looking to throw, still rolling, setting up, throwing into the end zone, pass is tipped, and out of bounds off the tip by Alec Peterson. Excellent defensive play. 9:12 to go, 3rd quarter in Sterling. Brush 37, Valley 13 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urick back from Sterling. The Beat Diggers with a 37-12 lead. 37-12 the official score as the 2-point conversion was missed. And they missed the extra point after their first touchdown, just seconds into the game. So the Beat Diggers leading by 25. And Truett Parrish to kick it off for Sterling. Now let's see if the Beat Diggers can get that momentum going. They had 37 unanswered points before Sterling just scored. This will be a pooch. The Beat Diggers got to fall on it somewhere, and they do at the 37-yard line. So Brush with excellent field position once again. And that was either DeLong or Stratman around that football, but Brush has got it. They'll mark it officially at the 36, and that's where the Beat Diggers will start.
I think that was Christian DeLong, number 54, that was able to get over there, get that covered. Boy, a little bit of a breeze kicked up. Suddenly the temperature's starting to drop.
Leather jackets, T-shirts, and more. 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan. Bijou T-Quest for all of your sports apparel. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 36-yard line. The backs are split. And on 1st down, Tormolin hands it off right up the gut, and a gain of close to 4 before being driven back. And that's Michael Gutierrez before he's swallowed up by Avery Stutzman. The 2nd down and 6 for the Beat Diggers at the 40-yard line.
And out of that 300 formation, just that quick dive is the 25. Rosenbrock faking that 27 right behind him.
At the 40, second down and 6. Beatniggers have a receiver to the left. That's Nico Guzman. The backs remain split. Tormola hands it off to Rosenbrock, running left across the 40, spinning towards the 43. Boy, Sterling's got some strong football players out there. Because they get to Rosenbrock, and they handle them pretty well. But Rosenbrock did get to the 44, so they'll give him 4 yards. It'll be third down and 2 to go, so looked like should have been a gain of 2, maybe 3, but he got 4 instead.
See, he's only had 7 yards total on the last 6 carries. So Sterling's made some adjustments to zero in on him.
Yeah, it's been very impressive. The friendly staff at High Plains Bank in Wiggins is ready to assist you with a home loan, equity line of credit, commercial loan, or checking account. Receive hometown service in a higher plane at High Plains Bank. Third and 2, handoff, left side. Morrow tries to spin his way out of a tackle, now running wide to the left, and he's going to lose yardage or maybe get back to the line of scrimmage as he took a wide angle, and he's down at the 44. It'll be no gain, and 4th and 2 for Brush.
So we'll see what Coach Strike does here. You know, the defense has had pretty good luck tonight. We'll see if he decides to punt it or go for it.
4th down and 2. The Beatniggers definitely will not punt. Tormolen checking back in with a play. And it's going to be 4th and a long 2. They've got to get to about the 46.5-yard line. They're at their own 44. The Beatniggers lining up on that left hash mark. Tormolen with a very hard count. He'll hand it off left side and breaking a tackle and spinning for a first down as Rosenbrock carrying defenders across the 50, and he pulls his way to the 45. Holy mahungus. A strong run by Kyle Rosenbrock. And the Beatnigger drive continues. He should have been held short, Dave, but he would not go down. And there's a face mask at the end of the play, and for Rosenbrock, that's a gain of 11, and give him even more after that.
Yeah, 124 yards now, 13 carries. But, you know, he had 3 guys on his back. He was still driving his feet, and his whole body was probably about 1.5 yards, 2 yards off the ground because he was leaning forward so hard and just churning his legs.
Ball at the 39, just a 5-yard face mask. 1st and 10 for Brush. Jake Brown is the receiver to the left. At the Sterling 39-yard line. Tormolen will pitch it left to Gutierrez. T-light to the 35, along the sideline to the 30. Going to be just shy of a first down, but a gain of 9 for Michael Gutierrez before he's tackled along the far sideline.
So Coach Strike's just putting that 58, that 59 together, trying to set up that fake 59, 51, and that trap up the middle.
Sideline warning now called against Sterling. It'll be 2nd down and 1 to go for Brush, just shy of the 30-yard line. Gutierrez with a touchdown tonight. Rosenbrock with 2. Tormolen up to the line of scrimmage. He will hand it off to Rosenbrock up the middle to the 25-yard line. First down. But Rosenbrock has struggled to really break free in the second half, as you mentioned, David. Late in the first half, gain of 6 on the play. They'll give him the 24. And the Beatniggers inching for their 6th touchdown of the game, 24 yards away.
So there it was again, just that fake quick pitch and then coming back to that trap up the middle. Having some good success with it.
1st and 10 for Brush at the Sterling 24-yard line. Tormolen is going to hand it off on the counter, running right as Gutierrez. He breaks out of a tackle, then he's going to be down at the 21-yard line. But a nice job before he was hit by Matt McNear, and a gain of 3 for the sophomore Gutierrez, 2nd down and 7. And he's getting some valuable experience here the last 3 weeks. Obviously, the issue with a couple of fumbles, that will hopefully solve itself out. But other than that, he's been doing a great job.
He sure has, but you have to remember, you know, he's not really all that big. He's not, 5'6", 5'7", maybe 140 pounds.
And tough to bring down when he gets out in the open field. Guzman is the receiver to the left. Morrow and Gutierrez in the backfield. 2nd down and 7 from the Sterling 21. Handoff Morrow, hit in the backfield by McNear. Tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. Let me tell you, they can't block McNear at times. And it's a loss of 1 back to the 22 for Jake Morrow.
Well, McNear's a big kid. He's been doing a good job getting upfield all night long, just like you said. Brush tried to run their 30 series that time. Ended up running the trap. They faked the off tackle to Mikey, just hoping that Sterling would zero in on Mikey because Mikey's had the luck that he's had tonight. Mikey's got 72 yards on 11 carries.
4:39 to go, third quarter. Brush 37, Sterling 12. The football just shy of the 27. We're looking at about third down and 9. Torbolin is back to throw a deep drop, looking, throwing deep towards the end zone. The pass is going to be incomplete, broken up. Intended for Randy Baker at the goal line. It'll be fourth down.
Baker had to jump off. He drove off his right foot as he kind of had to turn his body up in the air with two hands above his head to try to catch the ball, and just went through as the kid knocked his arm, and he ended up landing on his back after making that try.
They're going to try a field goal out of this? Wow. This is a pretty long field goal.
It's about a 40-yarder.
Yeah, the line of scrimmage, by the way, was the 22. Yeah, but he's got to kick it right to left. This will not be easy for Jesus Cardenas off the hold of Mitch Torbolin. He's got the leg, but this is certainly a long one. Awaiting the snap. There it is. And that kick is up by Jesus. He's got some leg, and that one is good! From 40 yards away with the score. Brush 40, Sterling 12 with 4:17 to go in the third on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 10 plays, 42 yards in 4 minutes and 54 seconds. The Beatniggers got a nice 40-yard field goal from Jesus Cardenas and now lead by a score of 40-12. As we've got 4:17 to go in the third. Now, this is going to be tough for the Beatniggers to eclipse what they did last week. They've gotten better every game, 48, 50, and 56 points in that order, each of the last three games against University, Strasburg, and Valley. 37 in the opening half tonight, but held to 3 so far in this third quarter. They've actually been outscored by Sterling. Jesus boots this ball. It's squibbed. It's loose, picked up at the 26-yard line. Across the 30 is Jordan Jackson. And then body's just flying to the ground. And Edgar Rojas, I think, got his helmet in there big time. He's getting some pats on the helmet. He made a huge hit at about the 33.
Yeah, he just flew in there full speed ahead. And when they made contact, Sterling kid was the one that went backward.
First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 33-yard line. The Beatniggers lead 40-12. In the third quarter, trips to the right. Brendan Diaz, the quarterback, out of a shotgun. One-step drop, throws it out in the right flat. Pass is caught by Weingart, but Kyle Rosenbrock is right there, and it's a gain of maybe 1, and I'm not sure he got that 1. I think it's right back to the line of scrimmage. It is. Second down and 10 to go for the Tigers. Yeah, you're not going to run through Rosenbrock.
Now, our corner out there flew up there pretty fast, too. They tried to throw that pass, and he ran up there to make the tackle. Wasn't able to do it because it was an arm tackle, but it slowed him down enough for Rosenbach to come in and finish up.
Second down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 33-yard line. Two receivers out to the right, one to the left. The lone setback is Cody Leachman. Again, Brendan Diaz is in a shotgun, lining up on the right hash mark. Has the football, fakes, rolls to his left, no pressure, still rolling. Might take off. He does take off with the football along the left sideline, and then he's knocked out of bounds across the 35 to the 37. Randy Baker and Jake Barrow were in pursuit. And the gain is 4 for Brendan Diaz, third down and 6.
Boy, did they ever put a hit on him, too. One of them was there slowing him down. The other one came in there. I think that was Randy Baker, came in there and lowered his shoulder right on his shoulder pad.
Third down and 6 to go for Sterling. Yeah, they're out of the playoff picture after losing last week to Fort Lupton 34-18, and the Beatniggers are now trying to do even worse to Sterling than what Fort Lupton did, up by 28. Diaz rolling to his right, looking, throwing deep over the middle. That pass is going to be incomplete, but Carey got behind Arribas at the 33-yard line. Eddie Arribas took a very bad angle for some reason. He had the coverage, and then ran right by the receiver. Had that throw been there, that would have been all the way for Sterling.
Oh, yeah, he had him beat by far. Just overthrew it. He threw it on the rope again.
And now the Tigers to punt, and Connor Carey standing at his own 24-yard line. Awaiting the snap. Now Sterling will realign. And let's see if they're going to punt out of this formation. This is not a traditional punt formation. Man is in motion to the right. Snap to Carey. He's going to look to throw. He throws it deep over the middle, and that pass is going to be intercepted by Kyle Rosenbrock at the 35-yard line. Rosenbrock picks off the pass, his second interception of the game. The truth of the matter, Dave, is the ball should have been dropped, and then they have better field position. Yeah, knocked down.
Yeah, Kyle's smart enough. I guarantee you right now he's thinking, oh, man, I wish I would have just batted that thing down into the turf. But still, a good job of being ready to go and paying attention to what the play was.
First and 10 for Brush at their own 36-yard line. 3:05 to go, third quarter. Brush 40, Sterling 12. The Beatnickers have scored just a field goal, but a very impressive 40-yarder from right to left. Certainly wasn't a straightaway field goal by Jesus. Receiver split left and right. The backs are split. Tormolen hands it off right up the gut, and breaking tackles Gutierrez across the 45, still on his feet. He'll be down close to the 49-yard line. I guess the official spot was, it was the 36. So it's a gain of 8 yards for Gutierrez to the 44, second down and 2.
That takes him to 80 yards tonight. Just a nice run there. He did a good job at covering it up because the Tigers aren't trying to tackle him to the turf. They're just standing him up, and the other guys are running in there trying to rip the ball out.
Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. It's a level 3 trauma center. Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any kind of emergency. They bring quality care to our community. Colorado Plains Medical Center, second and 2 from the 44. The Beatnickers are on their own side of the field. Hand off Gutierrez, left side, first down, spinning across the 50 into Sterling territory at the 48-yard line. And it's a gain of 9 yards, check it, 8 yards for Michael Gutierrez.
Yeah, just that quick hitter, that dive on the left side, 25. Man, he just came through there like a rock out of a slingshot. Again, did a good job of covering the ball with both hands.
With a football at the 48-yard line. In the waning moments of the third quarter, as we are now under 2 minutes to go in the third, Brush leads 40-12 over Sterling. From the 48, Baker's in motion to the right. Tormolen, pitch left to Gutierrez. Plenty of daylight to the outside of the 45. He's tackled from behind by McNear, but not before he gets inside the 45 to the 42. A gain of 6 for Michael Gutierrez.
94 yards now for Mikey, knocking on the door, that century mark. He got caught from behind there, though. He, instead of running to the sideline, he kind of slowed down like he was going to make a move, and that's right when the lineman caught him.
Second down and 4 for the Sterling 42-yard line. Tormolen is going to hand it off to Gutierrez running left. He tries to bull his way for a yard. And that's about it to the 41. Cody Leachman in on the play for Sterling. Third down and 3 to go for Brush.
Sterling's basically stayed in that same defense all night. 5 guys up there on the front and a couple of linebackers. They like to bring their safeties up really close behind their linebackers, and I think it just makes it real easy for Brush to throw the football. But at this point in the game, the coaches don't want to get yelled at when they walk across the field and have to shake hands with the other guys.
Third down and 3 at the 41-yard line. Hand off right side to Morrow. First down across the 40, and he's knocked down at the 37-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Connor Carey and Kyle Weingart made the tackle, but Morrow had enough to get the first down for the Beatnickers as we're inside of 30 seconds to go. The Beatnickers more than likely have 1 play remaining here in the third quarter.
49 yards for Jake Morrow now. 6 carries. Tell you what, Seawald and Stratman and Teeter, Lopez, Carlin, Ben Mickey, those guys are doing a great job up front making some holes.
On first and 10 from the 37-yard line, The Beat Diggers in Tiger territory with a back split. Tormolin hands it off right side to Morrow. Breaks out of a tackle to 35 along the sideline, and he's hit out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A gain of 7 for Jake Morrow. One more play to go in this quarter as there is 1 second to go. So the Beat Diggers will have to run another play. It will not expire here since the ball carrier Morrow went out of bounds. Cody Leachman made the hit.
Diggers got a lot of hustle going on out there. I watched center Tristan Teeter. He snapped the ball. He's filling in for Corey Acosta right now after Corey hurt his neck. Tristan was really hustling out there. After he got upfield, he ran back and set the huddle again.
2nd down and 3 to go for the 30 with a back split. Tormolin is going to hand it off. Running left, that's Conrad Cole. Inside the 30 to the 26, a gain of 4. That's the end of the third quarter with a score. Brush 40, Sterling 12 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. All right, the Beat Diggers with a lead here, 40-12 over the Sterling Tigers. As we go to the fourth quarter, I'm John Beltran with Dave Urich. And here we go, 40-12 with the football. The Beat Diggers have it at the 26-yard line on 1st and 10. Tormolin hands it off right side to Morrow. Inside the 25, gets tripped up at the 24. It's a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. The Beat Diggers, Dave, have just run 8 plays on this drive, and they're taking up time.
Yep, 59 yards now for Jake Morrow on 8 carries. Again, Jake just running that off tackle over there. It's like that 26 and 27, and once he gets upfield a little bit, he kind of cuts towards the sideline. Sometimes he gets to running sideways, and he wishes he could turn it upfield to pick up those yards. And sometimes that's tough for a fullback to do.
2nd down and 8 at the 24-yard line. And there's Tormolin, the counter there on the left side, and nothing for Cole. In fact, he's hitting the backfield, but he got back to the line of scrimmage, driven back by Connor Carey. It'll be 3rd down and 8 to go for the Beat Diggers. Maybe a passing situation here early in the fourth quarter.
Conrad Cole weighs about 120 pounds and hugely undersized. But on that play, he showed his strength because the kid went to go tackle him. He didn't go to the ground. He kept his feet and kept fighting.
3rd down and 8. At the 24 of Sterling, the Beat Diggers holding a 40-12 lead with 10:39 to go in the game. Tormolin, play action, looking to throw, rolling to his right, setting up, and that pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage, intended for Conrad Cole on the right side. 4th down. Quite frankly, Dave, the Beat Digger offense is not the same as they were in the first half, but there are, other pieces there. I mean, Michael Gutierrez, lots of carries, and, there's a lot of shuffling of personnel, so it's not like they're playing poorly. It's that, they've had a lot of different players in the game, and here comes Jesus. He's going to attempt another long field goal. This will be a 43-yarder off the left hash mark this time for Jesus Cardenas.
Field goal attempt by Jesus Cardenas.
Well, let's see. Off the hold of Mitch Tormolin. There's the snap, and that kick is up. Boy, he got a lot of leg. That looks good from here, and he booms it right between the uprights. 43 yards for Jesus Cardenas. 10:27 to go in the game. Brush 43, Sterling 12 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 11 plays, 64 yards in 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Jesus Cardenas with a field goal of 43 yards to complement the 40-yarder he hit in the third quarter. And the Beat Diggers have reclaimed a 31-point lead. They were up at the break 37-6. And now JC to kick it off.
He could have made it from 50.
Oh, gosh, he got all leg there. I mean, that was a massive kick. And the line drive fielded at the 22, across the 25 towards the 30, and tripped up at the 35. Nice play by Jake Brown. And on the return was Ethan Rose for Sterling. So Tiger football right there. Dave, the game has slowed down a bit, but I tell you, the most exciting part of this game in the second half has been Jesus' 2 field goals.
Oh, man. Impressive field goals. You don't see that, very often in high school football. And, their field goal posts here, they're not like in Brush where, the posts reach way high up in the air. These are, kind of a shorter, stockier field goal post. And, man, he's just making it look easy.
1st and 10 for the 35. Jackson in motion to the left. Hand off to Leachman, running off left tackle. He breaks out of a tackle, carrying a Beat Digger defender across the 40 to the 43. It's a gain of 8. And Tyler Stratman was in on the hit, 2nd down, and 2 to go for Sterling.
Leachman had a head of steam up there. Stratman showed how strong he is, because once he grabbed a hold of him, it stopped Leachman in his tracks. Leachman was still driving his legs, and he was still leaning with his shoulder, but Stratman had him held there.
2nd down and 2 to go for Sterling at their own 43-yard line. In motion to the left is Rose, and there's the keeper by Diaz running to his right. He's down. He was tripped up. Got a gain of 1 yard on the play, and once again, that was Tyler Stratman who made the hit. 3rd and 1 to go.
Yes, Tyler got upfield quite a ways on that in his defensive end position, and then when he saw the quarterback come back his direction, he actually had to dive to grab him. It's kind of a one-arm tackle. He used one arm to grab a hold of his leg.
3rd and 1 with 9:15 to go in the game. Brush 43, Sterling 12. More than likely a running play from their own 44-yard line. Out of a shotgun is Brendan Diaz. Man in motion to the right is Rose. Rose has the football, looking to throw, setting up, heaving it up the right sideline. That pass is going to be tipped up incomplete. Almost picked off, although Jake Brown might have mistimed his jump, and Nico Guzman was out there. The Beat Diggers already have come up with 3 interceptions tonight, including one from Guzman. It'll be 4th down and 1.
Yeah, he's 2 for 13 tonight. Jake got his hand on it. Nico got his hand on it. And then the Sterling receiver, he was kind of flipping his arms around out there. I thought he was going to be able to pick up that tip.
In a shotgun, 4th and 1. Is this going to be a handoff? Diaz will take it himself, and he's going to try to get the 1st down, and I think he did. He dove across the 45, just powered his way. And Brendan Diaz has got the 1st down, a gain of 2 to the 46. Dave, I thought they had him stopped.
I did too. They had him on about the 44-yard line, and he just kept driving his feet, and we didn't tackle low enough to bring him to the turf.
You don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Visit Platte Valley Hearing Center, 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. 1st and 10 from the 46 for Sterling on their own side of the field. Back to throw is Diaz. Setting up, throwing over the middle. Pass is tipped, and it's going to be intercepted by Levi Abbott off the tip inside the 50 to the 46. Abbott just saw the ball in midair and picked it off, and the Beat Diggers have come up with their 5th turnover on defense.
That's awesome. You don't see defensive linemen intercepting the ball very often. Great for Levi. That's something he'll always remember.
Oh, that's something I'll always remember, Dave. That was quite the play. It was tipped up, and Abbott saw it, and he picked it off.
Now, there was a flag thrown. It was because the defensive end, Tyler Stratman, got such a great pass rush going that the tackle on this side had to hold him. The official saw it, threw the flag for holding. Of course, Brush declined it. We're headed the other way.
With 8:26 to go in the game, and the Beat Diggers leading 43-12, looking for their 3rd game in a row of 50 points or more. Beat Diggers have all 3 timeouts, and the only reason I mention that is because they're having trouble getting a play in here. Nico Guzman checks in at the last second. They're going to have to run up to that line of scrimmage if that play clock gets inside of 5, but they look okay for now. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Guzman is the receiver to the left, Brown to the right. Play clock at 2. And there's the give to Gutierrez running right, and he's down after a short gain to the 46. It's a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 to go for Brush.
97 yards now for Mikey. 16 carries, and now he's had the ball more than anybody. He's our leading ball carrier.
And Jake Brown checks out of the game. 2nd and 8 for the Beat Diggers at the 46-yard line. Dave, it'd be nice for them to score a touchdown here in the second half. They scored 5 in the opening half. They have 2 Jesus field goals from 40 and 43 yards here in the second half. From the 46, Tormolen hands it off to Gutierrez, running right, slips out of a tackle, spins inside the 45 to about the 43. That'll be a gain of 3. 3rd and 5 to go for Brush.
Now that takes him to his 100 yards. They had Conrad Cole at halfback on that play, and they moved Mikey over to fullback. They had 2 really young running backs there in the backfield, but picking up some big yards.
Brush 43, Sterling 12. With over 7 minutes to go in the game. 3rd and 5 for the Sterling 43. Brown is in motion to the left. The pitch left to Gutierrez. He stops, tries to cut it back. He's down in the backfield. Matt McNear threw him down for a loss of 2. It'll be 4th down, so he's under 100 yards.
Yeah, back down to 98. Mikey just, he didn't run to the sideline and try to turn it upfield. He tried to stop and cut it back against the grain, and, it cost him on that play.
It'll be 4th and a long 6 to go for the Beat Diggers. That football at the 44-yard line. Tormolen looking over towards the sideline. Let's see if he reads that play from the sideline. He does. Yeah, this Brush offense stymied somewhat in the second half. On 4th down, pitch right to Gutierrez. Plenty of speed to the outside of the 40. Cuts it back inside the 40 towards the 38. It's a gain of 6. He is right at the stick. He's either got a first down or he missed it by a credit card. But the gain of 6, he's now at 104, and they're going to bring out the sticks to measure. That's extremely close.
Yeah, again, in that situation, it's easy for me to say from up here, but, you got to run to that stick so you know where it's at. If you have a chance to make a dive for it, you know where that first down marker is. And you cut it back against the grain, you're running back into where all the tacklers are at.
Beat Diggers have a first down at the 38-yard line of Sterling. Gutierrez tonight with 19 carries. He's been the workhorse instead of Kyle Rosenbrock, who obviously did his damage in the opening half.
Yeah, Rosenbrock ended up with 130 yards, remember, on 14 carries. Jake Marles got 59 yards on 8 carries.
Grayson Simmons is the new quarterback, the G-man, up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the 38-yard line of the Tigers. Simmons to hand it off on the right side. Let's see if that was Gutierrez again. Essentially back to the line of scrimmage. Up Conrad Cole for no gain. 2nd down and 10. The Beat Diggers just trying to run down as much clock as possible. Well, there won't be a running clock tonight, so they got plenty of time. 5 minutes, 28 seconds to go. 4th quarter. Brush 43, Sterling 12. 2nd down and 10 for the Sterling 38-yard line. Yeah, the Beat Diggers with second-team players in there right now, but they want a first-team performance. Simmons will hand it off to the deep back and a gain of 1, and that is it. Swallowed up. Let's see, is that a 4-0 out there, Dave? That would be, 4-9. 4-9. And I don't have that on my roster. I know that they've added Maltos Garcia, Noah Leachman, who wears number 40. We'll have to get an update on that roster. It's a gain of 1. 3rd down and 9 to go for the Beat Diggers at the 37-yard line. Stubbs Gas and Oil, I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name, and Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan, and Fort Morgan and Brush Equitable Savings and Loan. Pitch left to Cole, swings it to the outside, loses a couple of yards as Cody Leachman makes the play back at the 39-yard line. Well, you're going against the first-team defense, Dave.
Yeah, it's tough. All the big guys are out there. This is your junior varsity team.
And now it's 4th down and 11 to go. At the 39-yard line, the Beat Diggers will go for it. Up by 31, 43-12. Clay Shaber was the ball carrier for Brush. Man in motion to the right, 4th and 11. Simmons will hand it off to Shaver running right. He's going to gain some positive yardage, but not enough to keep the sticks moving as he drives to the 36-yard line, a gain of 3. And Sterling will take over. Look to the team at Valley View for rehab, short-term, or long-term care needs at 815 Fremont, or call them at 867-8261. That is Valley View at the 36-yard line with 3.5 to go. Sterling with a football on their own side of the field, looking to make this a little bit of a closer game. They'll do it against the second-teamers. Diaz is going to hand off to Leachman. He pinballs off a Beat Digger defender, and then it's up the right sideline, inside the 40-yard line, down to the 35, towards the 32-yard line. Well, that might have been Oscar Soto made that initial hit. No, the Beat Diggers have first-teamers out there. There was just some tackling issues. That's a gain of 32 for Cody Leachman.
There's a couple fresh faces out there. I see a Christian DeLong out there at one of those linebacker positions.
1st and 10, shotgun formation for Diaz for the 32. 5-step drop, looking to throw pressure up the middle. The pass is incomplete. A diving attempt to the 22-yard line by Kyle Weingart. 2nd down and 10.
Junior Barraza is the other linebacker there, so Sterling trying to pick on our young linebackers.
We got 3:08 to go in the game. And the Beat Diggers are holding a very healthy lead. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will professionally fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. Shotgun. Diaz, play action, looking, heaves it deep up the right sideline. The pass is going to be incomplete. Kyle Weingart, well defended by Kalen Brandt. There is some flag down, though, at the 27-yard line, and that's going against Sterling.
Clay Shaver, the defensive end on this side. Right before he threw the football, Clay got right up there in his face and jumped and was able to kind of throw that pass off.
See if they'll take that or decline it. I didn't see the call, but I know it went against Sterling. And that will be ineligible man downfield, declined. So it is 3rd down and 10 to go. And Brendan Diaz Davis really struggled with the passing game tonight.
Yeah, 2 for 16. Holy cow, 50 yards.
Oh, that was an understatement.
Yeah, 35.
That bad.
Yeah, 35 yards on the ground. It's been a rough night. No wonder Sterling likes to run the football, but I'm curious if they run out of shotgun so much if it's going to be one-dimensional.
Diaz, deep drop, looking, setting up deep up the left sideline. Man is out there. The pass is going to be caught for a touchdown. Connor Carey from 32 yards out. Well defended by the Beat Diggers, but Carey just went up and grabbed the football, and it's Brush 43, Sterling 18.
So here we are talking about how poor their passing game has been. 3 for 17. It was a good pass. We had great coverage there, though. Mikey was right there. Gutierrez, it was just one of those mismatches in size. You get right at 6 foot tall, going up for the ball versus somebody that's about 5'7". It's not a fair game.
Yeah, it's tough there. Sterling will go for 2. Awaiting the snap. 2 receivers out to the right. The ball is dropped, and the Beat Diggers recovered at the 5-yard line. Yeah, it looked like a good snap, but Diaz couldn't hold on to it. With 2:54 to go in the game, Brush 43, Sterling 18 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers recover the onside kick at their own 44-yard line. It was Connor Carey, a 32-yard touchdown reception. The 2-point conversion, no good. 43-18 is the score in favor of Brush. And Sterling just scored their second offensive touchdown of the game. Well, let's see, the Beat Diggers can run out this clock with 2:53 to go. It's a 64-yard drive in 36 seconds for Sterling. And they've got their first-teamers out there on defense. Grayson Simmons, the quarterback. On first down, handoff, left side, cutting it back towards the middle is Gutierrez. The gain of 1. Second down and 9 to go for the Beet Diggers.
105 yards now for Mikey. Diggers tried to run like a 47 where they lead block and then hopefully get him to run off tackle. But just having that size difference out there, between that first team and then these young guys, makes it pretty tough running.
Second down and 9 to go for the 45-yard line. The Beet Diggers will win their 4th consecutive game and improve to 6-2 overall with 1 game remaining. Tailgate Appreciation Night in Brush next Friday night when they take on Fort Lupton. And the ball is dropped. Simmons picks it up, hands it off, and that's Gutierrez again, I believe, on the right side. Although I see Conrad Cole's body down there as well. Yeah, that was Conrad Cole for a gain of 1. And Sterling calls timeout. 46-yard line. We've got an even 2 minutes to go in the game. Well, I guess Sterling wants to make it look good, Dave, and at least draw closer. Valley did that last week. It was 56-13. They scored 2 late touchdowns, including one on the final play of the game, and they called timeout with a running clock. So, you get to work on these plays, and hopefully for them, maybe produce some confidence going into their regular season finale. But Sterling's season will be over next week. The Beet Diggers will continue. And, yeah, they get the second team in there, so that's the reason for the timeout, and that makes even more sense than calling it just for trying to get back into the game when you're down by 25.
Yeah, that's a classy move by their coaches. Call the timeout and organize, and it's tough to get those guys on the field. They're not all necessarily playing with the same people in the same positions. So, classy move by Sterling to call the timeout and get their young guys out there as well.
3rd down and 8 to go for the 46. The Beet Diggers are on their own side of the field with a back split. And Simmons will pitch it right. That's Conrad Cole behind a block along the sideline to the 50. First down inside the 45 in Sterling territory towards the 44-yard line, a gain of 11.
Conrad's quick. He's strong, too. He's already shown that, how he could keep his feet even when the varsity guys were jumping on his back. He got that pitch. He took it all the way out to the sideline and then turned it upfield and ran away from everybody.
And the clock is stopped because he went out of bounds. 1st and 10 for the 44, minute 53 to go. So the Beet Diggers keep it in the middle of the field. They should have 3 plays remaining in this game, and that would be it for tonight. The 44, handoff right side. That's Gutierrez as he drives to the 41. Running along the right side, a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Jake Busmente made the tackle for Sterling.
Seeing some fresh faces out there on that line. Brandon Beering's over here at the left tackle. Ligio Barraza is the left guard.
2nd down and 7 for the Beet Diggers at the 41-yard line. Inside of a minute 20 to go. Man in motion to the left. There's the handoff and a big hole up the middle for Cole. Along the right side to the 30. Inside the 25 to the 20. Racing towards the end zone. At the 5, he dives. Touchdown. Touchdown for Conrad Cole. 41 yards out. Brush. 49. Sterling 18.
Well, he just showed why he's good. He's fast. He's strong. And turned it upfield and ran away from everybody. Takes him to 59 yards already on 6 carries.
Well, and because of that, the Beet Diggers, for a 4th consecutive game, or 3rd consecutive game, they had 48 against University, can get to the 50-point mark. And that's their first touchdown of the second half. And they did it with the second team. Jesus to attempt the extra point off the hold of Mitch Tormolin, who thought he wouldn't see the field again tonight, but he's the number 1 holder, and the kick is up. And that kick is good. We've got a minute 9 to go in the game. Brush 50, Sterling 18 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 5 plays, 56 yards in a minute 45. Conrad Cole stormed right up the sideline, 41 yards. The extra point was good. The Beet Diggers now with a 50-18 lead. Normally with 50 points, they might score 7 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion, but a little bit different tonight. 6 touchdowns, a couple of 2-point conversions. and 2 field goals by Jesus. And he boots that football high and towards the sideline, fielded at the 10, straight ahead to the 15, along the sideline to the 20, and pushed out of bounds at about the 23 for Sterling. Going to be Jacob Beltran, no relation, 5'1", weighs 95 pounds. He did look small out there, Dave.
Yeah, our kid,
he ran hard.
Yeah, he ran hard, and our kids did a good job. Instead of smashing him, they took him to the sideline and helped him stand up over there.
Right, a return of 16 for Beltran. And Sterling will have a minute 4 to operate with. Dave, is it me or is this a long night?
I'll tell you what, I'm still thinking about those hamburgers in the first.
Yeah. I mean, this is a 2.5-hour game. Out of a shotgun. New quarterback in there. And the keeper off to the right across the 25 towards the sideline, going down at the 29 for Sterling is James Skurjanik. And the gain on the play is close to 3. And this should be the final play coming up as long as the play does not go out of bounds. As we have 37 seconds to go in the game, and Sterling right now is up to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down and 7. Of course, if they get a first down, that would also extend the game a bit. Skurjanik will hand it off on the left side, and a gain of about a couple of yards. And that is Beltran.
He's small, but he's quick.
Yeah, well, they're back up to the line of scrimmage at the 31. It'll be 3rd and 5, 12 seconds to go. Out of a shotgun, hand off to Beltran right up the middle. He's down at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Levi Abbott, and that is going to be the end of the game. The final score tonight, the Brush Beet Diggers 50, the Sterling Tigers 18 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urich, back from Tiger Field in Sterling. Welcome to the Beet Digger Post-Game Show, brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design and Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walsh for 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design. The Beet Diggers improved to 6-2 overall, 4-2 in Patriot League play. They knock off the Sterling Tigers on the road tonight by a score of 50-18. Beet Diggers allowed an opening kickoff for a touchdown, 95 yards by Cole Leachman, made it 6-0 as the PAT was no good. And then Sterling recovered a fumble the ensuing kickoff, but the Beet Diggers then got a fumble from Nathan Rose at their own 20-yard line. 8 plays and 2 minutes and 44 seconds later, Kyle Rosenbrock scores from a yard out. PAT was good. It was 7-6 later on in the first quarter. Rosenbrock scores from 45 yards out, making it 14-6. And then with a minute 11 to go, 1 play, 35-yard pass from Torb Mullen to Jake Brown. Extra point was good. It was 21-6. Then the Beet Diggers put together a 14-play, 97-yard drive after Kyle Rosenbrock's first interception of the game, and it was a 2-yard touchdown run by Michael Gutierrez, 2-point conversion by Randy Baker off the catch, made it 29-6. Then the Beet Diggers would score again with 4:17 to go in the second. 24-yard touchdown catch from Nico Guzman, 3-play, 25-yard drive in 18 seconds, made it 37-6. And basically in the second half, the Beet Diggers got a 40 and a 43-yard field goal from Jesus, as well as a 41-yard run from Conrad Cole. They win the game 50-18. Sterling 2-4 in league play, 3-5 overall. Dave, let's go through the final numbers tonight.
You know, Sterling ended up with 54 total offensive plays. We had 64. They had 126 yards on the ground, 82 yards in the air for 208 yards total offense and 4 interceptions. So that being said, you know, their number one guy actually wasn't Cody Leachman. It was Brendan Diaz. Out of those 54 plays, he had 31 of them. He had 82 yards passing. He was 3 for 17. One of his passes, you know, that made most of those yards was that 32-yarder there at the end of the game when we were rotating some players in. He also had 14 carries for 35 yards. Cody Leachman had 15 carries for 76 yards, but remember 32 of those yards were one of the final carries of the game versus our junior varsity defense. Up until that point, he only had 44 yards. Ethan Rose had 0 yards. Jordan Jackson had -4 yards on 2 carries. Connor Carey had 1 carry for 6 yards. Stutzman had 1 carry for 1 yard, and Beltran had a couple of carries there at the end of the game for not much. Other than that, you know, they weren't able to account for very much offense tonight. Our defense was pretty stingy.
And the Beat Diggers had lots of offense tonight.
That's for sure. 469 yards total offense, 398 yards on the ground, 71 yards in the air. Tremolin went 4 for 9. Jake Morrow had 8 carries for 59 yards. Kyle Rosenbrock had 14 carries for 130 yards. Mikey Gutierrez went over the century mark with 108 yards on 21 carries. Conrad Cole had 6 carries for 59 yards. And Clay Shaver had 2 carries for 4 yards. Mitch Tremolin carried the ball 4 times for 38 yards. Like I said, he threw the ball 9 times, completed 4 of those for 71 yards. Our number 1 receiver tonight was Jake Brown, who had 3 catches for 47 yards, and Nico Guzman had a 24-yard reception.
And the total yards, of course, the Beat Diggers put up a ton tonight with 469 yards, and many of those on the ground. Time for the Beat Digger Player of the Game, brought to you by Tio Charlie's at 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. They will not be beat by anyone when it comes to price. They'll help you find a car that fits your needs and budget. If you don't see what you want, Tio Charlie's will find it for you. Log on to TioCharliesFTM.com to view inventory, current specials, and apply for a loan online. Drive away with confidence at Tio Charlie's. Dave, tonight is a very tough choice because Kyle Rosenbrock played very well. Nico Guzman, a touchdown and an interception. Jake Brown, a very nice touchdown. Also had 2 other catches, as you mentioned. Then you had Michael Gutierrez, who ran all over the field. But we're going to give it to a senior who had 2 amazing kicks tonight, 40 and 43-yard field goals, Dave.
Yep, Jesus Cardenas. I'll tell you what, behind some excellent blocking, all this is possible because of that offensive line today. We can't forget those guys up there, but that's pretty remarkable. You don't see, a 40-yard kick once in a game, but to go 2 for 2 over 40 yards is just a remarkable feat for a high school kicker. And, he hasn't had those opportunities.
Right, that's why.
He's practiced for that.
Yeah, I mean, and we could have given it to the offensive line a few games this year, which we did against the University game, but that stands out because we might not ever see that again, where a brush kicker, I've never seen it in 14 years of being here, a brush kicker has 2 field goals of 40-plus yards, and that's what Jesus did tonight. So congratulations to Jesus. The Tio Charlie's Beat Digger Player of the Game as the Beat Diggers defeat the Sterling Tigers by a score of 50-18, and momentarily we'll be joined by Brush head coach Randy Dreitz as the Beat Diggers will play their final regular season game coming up a week from tonight against the Fort Lufton Blue Devils. Tailgate Appreciation Night, by the way, before the game. So check that out before next Friday night's game against Fort Lufton to close out the regular season at Beat Digger Stadium. Coach, your thoughts on tonight's game? 37 points in the opening half. I guess the only surprise, you didn't score about 60 tonight, but obviously had enough to go. I know that the kickoff return probably drove you crazy at the beginning, but it's not the first time that's happened this season, unfortunately.
Unfortunately is right. It does drive you crazy, and we've got to stop that. We can't allow those things to happen. We've been talking all week about, starting strong and finishing strong, and then what do you know, that comes out, and they do that to us. So, it's just one of those things that you just keep working on, and hopefully maybe I get some magic here and come up with a way to prevent that from happening. But, other than that, I was pretty pleased with the way we played. They're a good football team. They got some good talent on their team, and I was pleased with the way our offense played tonight and did a good job.
Yeah, that Matt McNear, number 72, he was not easy to block because he made several tackles tonight, but how much more dangerous has your running game gotten considering that you had Michael Gutierrez in there essentially playing for the injured Eddie Arribas, who was only in there on defense, and he ran pretty hard. He did have a fumble, but it was over 100 yards tonight.
Yes, he does run hard, and all our backs have been running pretty hard, I think, and he stepped in there tonight for Eddie because Eddie's got a kind of a bruised thigh and didn't want to take any chances with him playing offense tonight. So Eddie was able to stick in there and play that defense for us, which really helped. And, we were able to hopefully we get somebody back that heal up and get back on the team. But we'll see how it goes. And I'm glad that, Mikey Gutierrez is one tough cookie, and he runs hard and he works hard, and he did a good job.
Defensively, we're this deep into the season. Are you surprised that virtually every team you faced, at least in the last several weeks, they're all running out of the shotgun?
That just seems the thing. If you watch TV and watch the college football these days, that's what you see, and so it's trickled down to the high school, and I guess we're the ones that don't do that, and I guess we're old school and we do what we do, and everyone else seems to be in shotgun. It just, but you know, it's scary to me, that shotgun. As you can see, almost every single team that runs it, eventually they have a bad snap or something like that. But it's definitely effective, and you give your quarterback more time to throw the football, I think. But Sterling did a good job.
But then again, you defended the pass pretty well tonight. I mean, Brendan Diaz was only 2 out of 16 before that touchdown pass. Would you like to get more pressure on the quarterback? Is that something that you need to do, or did you not think that was an issue? Because after all, you did come up with 4 interceptions. So regardless of whether there was pressure or not, you had several good plays there defensively, although there was I know there was a breakdown on a double reverse where the guy was wide open in the opening quarter, and luckily that was overthrown. So, I mean, you were challenged with that pass defense tonight.
Yeah, and we knew that coming in. They have thrown the ball a bunch, and, you know, we were a little worried about that. They got that tall receiver that I was really worried about. He's a good athlete. I would have tried to get the ball to him a lot more often, but, you know, we did a pretty good job on the pass defense. As far as the rush goes, it's like we were just saying, that when you're in shotgun, you know, you want to get there, but they have that much more time to throw the ball because they're already in shotgun. But, you know, we were getting there sometimes just a little bit late, and I think it caused them to throw some balls up in the air, and we were able to come down with some interceptions. Had some crazy interceptions tonight. But the
one by Levi Abbott.
Good for Levi.
Yeah, he just found that in his breadbasket. All right, we've already named the T.O. Charlie's player of the game. I mean, we've given it several times this year to Kyle Rosenbach, to the offensive line. Even in the loss to Platte Valley, we had to do that. That's part of the deal. But tonight, I mean, with all the great efforts, talk about your kicker tonight. He's 40 and 43-yard field goals, and to me, those are even longer because he's kicking from one hash, and he's got to kick from right to left, and the second one left to right. Pretty impressive, Randy. And that second one, that could have gone for well over 50 yards.
Yeah, I was happy for Jesus, and I was glad we gave him the opportunity. And we haven't done that much this year, and he stepped in there and did a great job for us. And I'm extremely happy for him, and I can't believe he's a senior already, but he's a great kid.
Already? He's been around for like 10 years, it seems.
Well, I'd like to have him for 10 more because it's great to have him as our kicker.
Yeah, based on what you said, it seemed, like yesterday when he kicked that field goal to beat Florence in the opening round of the 2009 playoffs when he was only a freshman. So it was nice to see that tonight. Randy, congratulations on another big win. We'll do it again next week.
All right.
That's Brushhead football coach Randy Dreitz after the Beatniggers defeat the Sterling Tigers tonight, 50-18. We remind you can log on to KSIRsports.com. We'll have a play-by-play recap of this particular game, and you can always check out our videos at KSIR B106 on YouTube. That is our channel on YouTube as the Beatniggers get ready to take on the Fort Upton Blue Devils a week from tonight. And Dave, just another solid effort for Brush, but we have found out that this team has got talent in all different types of areas. I mean, we knew they had talent with some runners who didn't have much action this year, and Michael Gutierrez, only a sophomore. But I think one thing that was really impressive tonight that we really haven't pointed out too much is that look at all these touchdowns. Kyle Rosenbach, sophomore, he scores twice. Michael Gutierrez, sophomore. Nico Guzman, sophomore. Jake Brown, junior. I know I'm probably missing one. Conrad Cole. And he's also a sophomore, is he not? Conrad is also I mean, Dave, there's a lot of depth. If you're not excited about the future, I mean, Mitch Tormon, a senior with 2 touchdown passes, but just an amazing effort from a lot of underclassmen tonight.
Right. That's just so exciting to see those guys get in the game and to have those chances. Like Coach was saying about the opportunity for Jesus to have those kicks, and now that he's proved he can do it, and getting into the playoffs, man, that's just really exciting to think about. Anytime you can get the ball down to inside the 30, you got a shot at putting points on the board, and that's huge.
All right, Dave and I will be back at Beat Digger Stadium coming up a week from tonight. Tailgate Appreciation night coming up next Friday as the Beat Diggers take on the Fort Lupton Blue Devils. Mustang, check that. Beat Digger Replay is coming up. Of course, we have replay on both sides. Fort Morgan on B106 and Brush right here on 1010 as well as KSIR.com. The replay engineer for Beat Digger Replay is Trenton Clipper. Our sound engineer and producer for Brush Beat Digger Football is Rose Condas. For Dave Urich, I'm John Beltran. The final score once again tonight from Sterling. Brush 50, Sterling 18, right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.